Howdy, everyone. Sorry I'm running a little bit late. Had some things going on. Let's see. What's up, Gary? Sorry, just working out the last few things. I think I need a new mouse. My mouse is breaking down on me. Maybe I should get one of those air dusters. Maybe that'll do it. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, wonderful. Keep a close eye on that shit, Gary. I know a lot of, because we get a lot of wildfires out here in Arizona too. There's a lot of crazy sons of bitches that are like, screw it. I'll just go out there and I'll water down my hose in my yard. Hopefully that keeps it away. Not everybody realizes that sometimes evacuation is the best bet. Like if you look at Mount St. Helens as a good example. Now, granted, with a volcano, yeah, I think I would second guess not evacuating, or I wouldn't second guess it. I mean, hey, what's up, Backwoods?
What's up, brother?
Yeah,
did you have nightmares last night when you went to bed?
Yeah, I slept like a baby, believe it or not.
Yeah, I did too when I went to bed about 4:30 this morning.
Jeez.
I just hung out in the shop. I listened to y'all a little bit on Guardsman there for a little bit, but
yeah,
I was just chilling. I got to listen to music, and so anyway,
I hung out for a bit. Nikki popped in there for a little while.
Yeah. So did you have a good day or what?
Yeah, it was all right. Nothing. No more incidences. It was incident free, so I'd call it a good day.
That's always a good thing.
How about you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I slept till about noon. Got up, hung out around the house, and just kind of chilled. Did go to Walmart earlier, and I bought as you know, I don't know. We can fight against all this, but don't go to Walmart or don't go here. But
oh shit, I don't blame you, dude. Dude, even the most avid preppers pretty much still go to Walmart.
Well, man, I mean, you got to go where you. I mean,
it's convenient. It's decent pricing.
But I bought me a notebook thing to.
Oh, cool.
Pen and some receipts and a little notepad and stuff like that, and bought me this cool little book, man. It's to just kind of keep on the fly to did that stuff, and got me some new locks for my trailer. The ones I had were all right, but they were kind of, because I wasn't really keeping nothing in there, but just had the locks for it, and they were kind of cheap, so I went and bought some good locks,
Yeah, Yep, that's true. I've got some of the were they the master locks? And they're not round. They're more like hexagon shape.
Yeah.
They're like hardened or something like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
I got these Brinks locks. They're the ones that's supposed to be for outside, whatever, weatherproof, whatever, Went and got some locks and stuff, and just kind of had a easy day. I was reading what Rip Curl put. Yeah.
oh wow, another
We,
dude.
we were Rip. Gosh dang it, Rip. You just want to get right into it, man. We were trying to just talk about having, a little slow day and a relaxing day, and you just like
Fuck it all
he
up.
just yeah, he dove into the chat like head first, man. He's like,
Yeah, we got fire going on.
yeah. God dang. Hello, everybody in the chat.
Hey,
By the way.
Firefly. I'm only a half an hour late. Come on, guys.
I was
What's up, Detroit Prepping? Good to see you, brother.
Detroit. What's up? Man, so yeah, it was a good easy day, and just chilled. It rained some here, so I didn't have to water my garden. So
That makes
that's
nice.
that's always a bonus. Man, I told my wife earlier before we went to Old Wally World. I said, we've been just everything that's been going on over the last 2 weeks, and we've been kind of fend for yourself on eating kind of thing. And I was like, I'm 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 ready to. I'm tired of eating hot dogs and chips and grabbing a burger here or whatever. And I was like, I'm ready for a meal. So I made chicken fried steak tonight, mashed potatoes, black eyed peas, spinach, and some yeast rolls, and had a salad. Man, I freaking throw down, man. Man, I was so needing that good, just a real meal. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was good.
Yeah, no doubt. Detroit growing fins and gills with all the rain. Yeah, I hear that.
Detroit, are you still in timeout? You can't come on the screen or what, man? I hadn't talked to you and I hadn't looked at your face, man, in a while. I think you're beautiful. Why don't you come on up for a few minutes? And that one too that just came in. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Can't sleep. Why don't we do an old school round table for a minute with Epi and Detroit. Y'all hop on up for a minute. Worst thing to happen, you say hello and hang out for a few minutes and then leave. Wow. And what's up, Guardsman? What's up, everybody in the chat? And Rip Curl. Don't ever apologize, man. We're just giving you a hard time. We was just chilling for a minute.
What?
I got you, Detroit. Oh, shoot.
Out to the 13th.
What's
Okay.
up, well, that's good, man. Detroit, I'll be glad to see your face, bro. I miss you, man.
Hey, what's up, Blaine?
Man, I was just looking at you over on the other channel, Guardsman.
Yeah.
Playing Stranglehold. That's right. I was lurking. I was listening to a little music. Huh?
Just saying hello to people here.
What's up, Gary? So Gary Bulldog Prepper, what's up, brother? How are you? Man, I'm gonna tell you, life is
Short.
life is what you make of it, bro. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it. Yeah.
Hey, Cole.
You remember that song?
Mm-mm.
You never heard that?
Maybe I have, but I didn't recognize it.
Can't remember that song. Tell me something good. Used to be some jam, man. Can't believe you don't even know.
Yeah, ha, rip.
Dang, rip.
Let's see what. All right. Well, let's see what we got new going on here. Kind of a dude. I couldn't believe it, man. Okay. So, like, you know that channel Right Side Broadcasting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they did the Trump speech at the CPAC today, and I figured, all right, I'll catch it later. I'll catch the replay. I go back and it's freaking gone. It's like, what in the hell?
Detroit. I'll tell you what I remember, what I think of that. The 2021 cyber wars. Man can make it, man can break it.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. We lived for a long time without the cyber stuff, and
shit.
everything.
How long did we live without electricity?
Yeah.
Millions of years? Nah.
I mean, I expect the cyber attacks and I think Stanley Laddie or Lott, how you say it, that song that I was singing, I think that was the Ohio Players.
Oh, that's why
I may be wrong. I may be wrong, but I think that was the Ohio Players. But anyway, yeah, it's the cyber stuff, man. I mean, it's got to be expected, man, because see, the thing that a lot of these businesses, man, they're so worried, these higher ups, they're so worried, a lot of these businesses has lost their original business sense in the fact of, you have to continually invest into your business. And I'm not saying they don't, but they don't to the scale that they should. They don't really put the money, because what they do is they look and they say, oh man, I could go on this, buy this 37-foot yacht over here, for the same price that it's going to cost me to buy this extra security for my cyber stuff. I've got good enough security, and that's what they say. And they don't understand that the digital world is changing every day. You know what I'm saying? It's changing every freaking day. So, Tell Me Something Good is a song by Rufus and Chaka Khan. Okay. I know I like the song. Thank you, Patrick Lee. That's awesome. I liked Rufus and Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan.
I
like Chaka Khan.
Born Racer, you may see it in certain areas, but hopefully you live in one of the areas like me that says, nah, you're not doing the door-to-door crap. like where Patriot lives, I highly doubt they're gonna go door to door.
Especially here in my place too.
Yeah, they're not
Man,
gonna try that crap down here.
do not misunderestimate or underestimate, I guess you should, is the correct word. Do not ever underestimate anybody and what they will do. Never. That is a terrible mistake. It is a very terrible mistake. And, they have, okay, so they're not going to go door to door in certain areas. Well, a year and a half ago or a year ago, we would have said they weren't going to pull what they did in this last
election.
Vote.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that.
Go ahead.
I watched them do it in 2016.
Well, yeah, but I'm just getting, there was a point to where we didn't say, where we would have said there ain't no way they will try this.
I mean, not 2016, 2006. My bad.
American people ain't gonna stand for it. They're gonna stand up, and then that happens, and we all just sit around and complain. Well, then, I'm telling you, when they come to my door, that's when I'm okay. Well, let me speak reality for a minute.
You're gonna get hurt.
Well, just so everybody can understand this. You're going to be standing there looking at another human being that is unarmed. Now, we can argue the fact that they are armed with something that we don't like. But you're talking about you're going to just take this person out? Do you understand? Hold on. Do you understand the ramifications of this? Yeah. Because when you squeeze that trigger, it is on. Mm-hmm. No, I mean it's on.
Yeah,
so long as there's still continuity with the police force and everything,
your chance of survival just went way down.
Yep. Exactly.
So everybody understands
they're going to get hurt, and they don't understand. If you shoot, guess what? They're going to do it too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not only you might get hurt, but your neighbors are going to get hurt with crossfire or whatever. And even if you don't, where are you going to spend the rest of your time?
Let me ask you this. Do you want to live in a society like that?
Exactly.
Where nobody stands up?
That's true.
But I've been bitching since last summer.
Next to me.
I've been bitching since last summer that, I'm tired of everybody saying, well, when it comes to my door. Well, when it comes to your door, homie, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, you have been singled out.
Yep.
Now you are by yourself. Instead of gathering in groups of 1,000, 2,000 at their state capitol saying, no, sir, we're not doing this. This ain't happening. Everybody keeps saying, oh, no, man, I'm going to wait until they come to my door, and that's when it's on. Well, okay, but now you're by yourself.
And not only that, but what do you think they're going to do? And I mean the left side, the radicals. What do you think they're going to do if all of a sudden they start seeing people arming themselves and doing that to door-to-doors? I'll tell you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to start a little civil war or whatever and create martial law, and then it's going to be on from there because guess what? Now all of us are evil. Don't matter if you have it or not. We're all going to be evil.
That's all I can say about that. Get your shoes on. Start walking.
Man, I'm just trying to bring reality to this subject, man. I mean, the reality of it is everybody is still at home and saying, I'm gonna wait till it comes to my door. And that's exactly what they want.
Too late.
That's exactly what they want. That's the reason why they have been trying to put so much onto this group thing, and man, you're terrorist and you're this and you're that, and that's why they've been putting so much onto that, because they want to scare you into staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Moonchild. Oh, here comes trouble.
Fucking. I was just thinking about him too, and he just pops up whenever
I know, right? You don't even
I
have.
was just thinking, where the hell is Zach? And I was getting ready to say it, and then he fucking pops up down there.
No, listen, not
or
y'all. See, Jeremy, I was thinking just the exact opposite. I was thinking, I hope my kill Zach don't fucking come on this.
Don't. I hope that SOB don't come on here, boy. And bam, he comes up
the panel is runt now. I mean, it's runt, man. It's done. Golly. We had a good thing going, man. Zach.
You had to come ruin it. Now you sit there and say, I got something to say, and then take 20 minutes to type it out and do that shit intentionally. And then you're going to play it. And then we're going to start talking. And 3 minutes later, I got something else to say now. And then take another 20 minutes out. And
I see how it is. You won't come up on my panel to make everybody have joy, but you'll come up on Dangerous.
Zach. Hey, real quick, big chat. Yes, we can see.
Yeah, we see it there.
See in the chat. Zach, I love you, brother. You know you're my brother, man. I love you, brother.
absolutely.
Oh, okay. Hold on. If I can pull this link up.
But I made you laugh.
Made you look.
Oh man.
Made you laugh. Man, I wish one of you sorry jokers lived close to me.
Same here. Yeah. I know, right?
Holy
don't act like
holy shit.
y'all don't think that would be don't act like that would be a good thing, because I'd put y'all's ass to work. Y'all have to
work. You know what I did yesterday? I cut back and pruned all of the overhang that was hanging underneath of my chain link fence, so I could walk under it instead of having to duck and move and everything. I chopped all on both sides, all the way down on both my fence lines, man.
Are you just now seeing this, bro? Are you just now seeing this?
Yeah, I've seen this.
It's a couple of days old, man.
First time I'm seeing it.
Oh yeah.
What in the fuck?
That right there is what happens when you don't have what we have in this country.
You mean guns?
No, I mean a unanimous, united defense. Plain and simple. That is what happens when you are not unanimous in something so small as I won't do it. It's my body, my choice.
Yeah, no doubt. It works for the women. Why can't it work for everybody?
Exactly.
But still, man, I'm trying to tell y'all it.
Well, I don't see it on here.
Did you see in a store, I want to say it was a grocery store, Save store or something. I seen it today on 101 put a quick thing up on it. But they have scanners now that says place your wrist here, and it scans your hand. 101 put it up earlier today. Scans your hand. Thank you, Johnny.
So that's why he got banned.
Did he get banned?
I heard.
I know. We put a video up earlier today, and it says Mark of the Beast, no doubt, or something. That was what he titled the and it was a quick 3-minute video. But
who y'all talking about?
It's a scanner now, and it's in this grocery store. They just put it in, and this chick that works there or whatever, she's like, I just now seen it. It's the only store that has it, and it says at the bottom, place your wrist here. So you put your wrist there, and it would scan your chip.
the way I understand it, I've seen that. The way I understand it, it's actually something that goes in your palm, and that's why they say put your wrist there, so you
So,
just
yeah.
walk up and do that.
Yeah.
Oh well,
And did you notice? Hold on.
I've heard about that technology.
I know, but hold on. Let me make sure to point something out in case anybody's missing this. When you walk in the door and it's on the wall over there, what side is that on?
It's on your left side.
No,
No, on your right side it should be,
it's
right?
on your right side.
Yeah, because
What
it's
does it say in
it's
the
either
Bible?
the right
What-
hand or the forehead.
Yeah, your right hand.
Right
It is
hand
on
or
the right-
forehead.
It is on it when you walk into the store. They have you walk in on the right side of
Mhm.
the doorway. That is the entrance. So that it is on the right side. So you use your right hand as you're walking in. Think about that.
Never
Okay,
heard of
I'm stopping.
I mean, I've heard,
grocery shopping here on out.
I mean, I've seen the apps where you like transfer all your fucking bank info and everything to your phone, and then instead of swiping your card or hooking it up, you can just slide
Do I,
your phone
yeah,
over.
but do I need to remind you that in Revelations, though, I'm not trying to go all religious here. I'm just stating a fact that in Revelations it says that the right hand or the forehead, and it says that so much so that if you do not receive this mark, you will not eat,
sell,
nor
buy,
you will
or
not
sell.
sell or buy. You will not trade, and
Trade.
so so they're already making it to where you can't walk into the store without this. So you can't buy food and water. You can't buy materials. You can't buy things. See?
You better have some survival knowledge. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, if it comes down to that, but
I ain't getting no damn chip stuck in my hand. I've already got one in my jaw I don't need.
I don't know. I mean, I think that technology, or I shouldn't say that technology is years away. I would say they're being able to implement it, like you're saying, is definitely years away.
No, it's not. Do you know that? Listen to me. I'm telling you, I watched them talking about this very technology about 12 years ago. I was working on a gas pad and a guy come over and showed it to me. And this was about 12 years ago because I actually was not working for SWN at the time, the main company, when this guy showed this to me. And I worked for that company for 10 years. So it was before I started with them when I was working with a contractor. Dude walked up and showed me about this guy over in Europe getting this a test device implemented into his hand right here on his right hand. This was like 12 years ago, man. that they started doing this.
Rip Curl.
The guy had the first.
Rip Curl. Those scanners were on every register for self-checkout at that store. So it has to do with something with scanning your hand or something to buy it. Why the hell would you put that, a chip reader like that on every cash register? Unless if it's just scanning your veins.
Good point.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why is it just scanning your veins? What the hell?
Yeah, why would it just be scanning your veins? For what?
I mean, a fingerprint reader. Why do you have to have a fingerprint to go into a store?
To go and buy something at a store and have it at the checkout register where you self-checkout.
Come on, Rip Curl, read between the lines, bro.
Right?
Yeah. Go ahead, Zach.
Preppy 101 got banned for yesterday's pod, so he's using his backup channel until the strike lifts.
Yep.
Okay.
And Zach, Jeremy had his hand up for like 10 minutes and you just interrupted him. So good job, bro.
Yeah, good job. I was helping you out, Zach.
You just talked right over him, man. Come on, man.
I love you. I love
Hi, Bullfrog.
What's up, Bullfrog?
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, brother?
Going on?
Hey, man, that's some crap what you sent me, Bullfrog. I mean, man, it's happening everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of places, a lot of small places are getting hit with that, and that blew my mind, man. I jumped online to order some sticks, and I was like, and that's like a really, really large, handmade, high-end cigar dealer, and they're hit, dude. They've been down for like since right after the 4th, and it's wild that all of that hit right around the 4th. Kind of
Did
pissed me. You know what I'm saying?
You ever heard of JR cigars or Thompson's?
Yeah, well, mostly I use Famous Cigar Shop and Cigars Daily. Those, and I know who JR is. Yeah, I haven't used. I never bought from them, but I know you're talking about.
That's where I get my cigars from. I order straight from them, and I get them like this. You know, I order them in these skids.
Okay.
And they're like half price, man. What you pay for them on the shelf, you know.
Yep.
So that's why I order them like that. I order like 6 boxes of them at a time, you know.
I've switched to cigars. They don't have any chemicals. They're hand rolled like the Perdomo Champagne 10th anniversary. I'm smoking now. I mean, I don't smoke a lot. I like to smoke when I drink. So I'd rather smoke something that was natural and hand rolled and had all the crap in it. You know, just rolled out of toilet paper from a rest stop bathroom or some shit like Marlboro.
hand rolled stuff.
Yeah.
I got to take a couple of good puffs off of a cigar rolled off the thigh of a virgin.
I roll cigars.
Really?
Yes, Cubans.
Regale, girl. Go ahead.
Cohibas. I never smoked many Cohibas. I don't. Yeah. $10 to $15.
I didn't buy it. I just got to
Have
take.
you ever smoked a commie?
Not
Not yet.
no comment.
No, but I'll tell you what, that little man in the boat, I smoked that son of a gun a bunch of times. Man in the boat going to come swimming by, bud. I'm gonna smoke it every time.
What's up, Nicole D?
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Bella.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, everybody. I can't see the chat. Y'all know that. So I'm just saying, hey.
Yeah. I got you.
So what's the weather like out there, Bullfrog? You getting hammered by rain?
It
We had
rained.
a little tropical thing came through. I sent you a screenshot of that. It wasn't bad. There's a little wind and a lot of rain, but it's just humid. After those tropical things come through, it's just humid, and it's like you could eat the air like a sandwich. I mean, it's just fucking humid, dude.
Oh yeah, it's still humid here, man. I got out of work tonight, and still I was like, and it rained today. We had a quick little thunderstorm today.
It did that here too.
Yep. I took a little vacation. I took 6 days off of work just to freaking chill and relax. I've been working too much, so.
Yeah, I did too. I went to Swansboro for like 2 days. Caught like 19 pinfish and a puffer, and
Cool, man.
yeah, I was on the where the Oak River and the Sound meet, so it's like brackish water almost.
I'm actually trying to get ready for deer season, believe it or not, August 15th. So I've got some work to do. I'm actually going to put a couple cameras out, put a little corn out, see what's going on. It's like beginning of the beginning for deer season.
That'd be awesome.
I want to tell y'all something, man. They're redoing our Wally World up here. You know, putting that self checkout and all that stuff and whatever.
I refuse to use it.
Well, there's only one line. There's only
two checkouts for mine, but I'll sit there and I'll wait in mine for mine. I didn't come to Walmart to work. Yeah,
Right.
shopping. If I'm gonna scan my own damn groceries, you need to write me a paycheck.
Well, I mean, you know,
Discount.
now granted, you know, if I go in there for like a case or two of beer and maybe some snacks, then I'll just go through the self checkout.
All right. So I wasn't talking about the self checkout. God dang. Okay, so I was trying to make a point here. I went into the Wally World and like spinach, for instance. there used to be a great big old section for spinach, right? There used to be a great big section for black-eyed peas, brown beans, all these different ones. Now it is a small section.
Yeah.
They have really shrunk it down, and I'm gonna tell you, there was not. Now they may have the stock in the back, and I know they do, with that just on time thing. But I'm telling you, the items on the shelf were not as plentiful as they normally are. There's a lot of they have expanded and moved and opened stuff up more for like clothes and housing goods and stuff. But I'm telling you that the whole thing of the food, the canned foods and the rice and everything was shrunk down. Like I'm talking
significantly.
Significantly shrunk down.
Right.
Sugar here, man. I mean, I don't know if it's just my area, but I'll be honest, I broke into some of my preps not too long ago and grabbed a bag of sugar. Unless I went to maybe it's just me, but sugar is like, used to be sugar everywhere in the South. We love sweet tea. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's everywhere. But now it's like, here's a little 4-pound bag. I'm like, what the hell, dude? It's not as plentiful. Yep. It's still there, but it's not. You used to find sugar everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't understand.
And Patrick Lee, yes, I love black-eyed peas too, man. I guess it is.
And I'll tell you what, man, I like the cheese sticks, and it's like, you can still buy the same pack of cheese sticks. It's like 50 cents more, but the cheese sticks are getting smaller inside the packaging. It's like, yeah, that's how they do it, man. That's inflation for you.
Yep.
But
go ahead. In there, Ghost. That way he's got something to dip with.
Go ahead.
He's got his own dipping bowl with your belly button.
All right.
For peanut butter. You know how much he likes that.
Not as much as his dog.
Y'all are razzing on this guy. I'm gonna have to start laying into you. No, I ain't jealous of Zach, bro. I'm sitting here wondering what's going through your ears because it seems like it's a little bit more than just air.
Go ahead, Zach. Go ahead.
Ghost, I don't know what you are smoking, but you are high like a motherfucker.
Be actually gonna have to show your face, bro. I don't pull anybody up without showing your face.
Yep.
I just can't. All right. I see it. All right.
He's probably sunburnt from his river ride.
It's me.
Oh no, he's actually
what's up, bud?
He's got that whole farmer tan going on.
Yeah.
Rip curl. The scanner thing, man, I didn't bring it up really, but I just touched on it. And I mean, dude, these companies out here are telling you one thing and they're doing something else. I don't believe anything any of these companies tell you what they're doing. I just don't, man. I just don't believe, in truth being told. You know what I'm saying? In other words, what I'm trying to say is I don't believe that, there's so much misinformation out there. Man, for me, man, I'm just like, it's coming, man. I mean, it's here. It's I don't know what else to say.
Just hold up a minute. Remember, August 13th, Trump is supposed to be reinstated as president. So,
man, I okay, if it happens.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Dude, I was watching a video earlier. They're like the tribunals are going on, and and bloody blah. And I'm like, really? Maybe they are. Maybe they are. I don't know, man. How are we supposed to know? If they're doing these tribunals, it would be like held secret, right?
Yeah. I think the most interesting thing's going to be is midterm elections. I mean, to be honest, I want to see what happens with that.
I'm having a feeling down here, and especially in Maricopa County, we're going to get rid of most of the, probably all the board of supervisors. Also, we got that, what's her name? The Secretary of State, Katie, another Democrat. She's been one of the biggest ones. She's the one trying to push the lawsuit against Trump and his legal team and Rudy and all of them. And like, seriously, they need to get the fuck out of here. They are in the wrong fucking county to try and pull this shit. And dude, like, freaking our attorney general has been removing power from these Democrats. It's pretty badass, actually.
Right.
So, you know, it'll be interesting to see. But I have a big feeling you're right. We're going to see a lot of counties turn bright red.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. People are tired of struggling. People will get tired of struggling eventually, doing without shit they need, like water and electricity and shit getting, retarded stuff. I mean, eventually we'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. I think, I hope.
There's something wrong with you, boy. Just saying.
Yeah, there's something wrong with Gus. There's definitely something wrong with Gus.
I have to keep jumping out and look at the chat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ghost movie.
What's Ghost doing? Bothering Zach again?
Ghost always bothering Zach.
Yeah, I know.
If I'm not doing it, Ghost is doing it. I like ragging on Zach.
Yeah,
I like
Rip Curl.
I like Ghost. I just don't know why he drinks Busch Light. Cheap beer.
Yeah, it is a cheap beer. This one isn't a cheap beer.
Nasty.
Oh, the IPAs. Yeah, those things are cheap.
Lagunitas.
Just picking Ghost.
Personally, man, fucking Pabst is fine with me. Like, dude, as long as it's cold.
I can drink Busch Light with Ghost. He's a cool dude, man. He's cool as hell.
I'm just razzing Ghost, man, because he's razzing Zach. That's all. It has nothing to do with any kind of hatred. It's all love, all right?
So, yeah, it's all good.
Wait.
I don't know how y'all drink that light beer.
I
I don't know how y'all drink that Budweiser. I'm like, dude, I stopped drinking that at about 5 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all drink beer.
I don't know how I drink beer.
Yeah. I have grown an acquired taste to IPAs, so I don't know how you drink any of that shit either. IPA.
What's up, Billy? What you drinking? One of them fruity drinks again?
No. Evan 10 and Dr. Pepper. Actually, I like the flavor of it.
Evan 10.
I drank some moonshine last night.
Hell yeah! I got some shine in my freezer.
It was good. Good.
Nice blue flame.
I had a
alcohol percentage. My regular beer would be around 6.9.
I'm just glad I'm not watching any of y'all drink any like that Shapers or Pabst Blue Ribbon or
White Claw.
Hey, what's wrong with Pabst, man?
Oh my god, that White Claw stuff is terrible.
Coffee.
Ain't it the Pabst?
Weed.
I wouldn't know. I've never even.
Ain't it the Pabst Blue Ribbon that comes like in a blue can, or you can get it in a red label or something like that?
Yeah. I got a buddy who drinks Blue Ribbon, and I'm like, why do you drink that shit? He's like, this is the only beer to ever win a ribbon. I'm like, all right.
No, it's not. No, but you know what? I mean, Pabst Blue Ribbon goes way the fuck back, dude.
Yeah, it's old school. Yeah, it's old school, man.
You know, yeah, it'll get you a buzz when you've drank like
30 of them.
2 30 packs and you've already, pissed and feed a fucking tree.
I don't know what.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah,
give
Get you a
Maybe
buzz,
you were
but-
drinking Pabst Light.
it'll give you a headache at 3 beers. That's terrible.
yeah, you'll get a headache long before you catch a buzz.
Exactly.
Hey,
Oh, you got that? Oh, see.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks good. What is that? Is that the apple pie stuff?
ah,
This is actually Cherry Jolly Rancher.
Oh wow, that sounds good.
Yeah, it is good.
all right. One of our local towns
Shit.
made it. A local,
Yes, sir.
somewhat local story made it on to Good Luck America. Sweet.
Yeah, buddy.
What's that?
Hey, we're number 1.
I'll take a swig if you will.
Wait, what was that?
hell
Jack?
no.
I drink it.
I said
Fuck
an
yeah, I'd
incident
drink that.
that happened at a Walmart nearby here, like about 2 hours from here, made it on to Good Luck America.
Oh, right on.
I'll take a swig if you will, Jeremy.
Oh man, I don't know, dude.
Shoplifter or something at Walmart.
Dude, I already got nauseous.
When was that? Was that just
Holy
today?
crap.
Yeah, just 8 minutes ago he just posted it.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
No, thank you.
So the last
check it out.
time I checked my watch,
What's up, JP?
What's up?
Gesture.
it still
Yeah.
said America.
Come on.
I'm sober again today.
Damn, Jerry, be careful, man.
Uh-oh.
Careful with that stuff, man. Yeah, that's funny, man, because he's the same way with alcohol I am with weed. I take a hit and I'm fucking coughing, choking.
I can see my breath after that.
I gotta put that up.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't drink liquor. If I did, I shouldn't. Y'all need to kick me off a live stream if I ever start drinking liquor. I can't do it. Just
Don't
kick
forget
me off.
to hydrate.
I had enough yesterday.
Holy crap.
Yes,
dude.
yes, Phoenix, you are absolutely correct on that, and that's what I mean that's well said.
I don't know, because
There-
where I'm at, my local store, it's got 6 of the self checkouts, and sometimes you go up there and they'll have like one line that says card only, but the other 5 will take cash or whatever. So I don't know how that works. Maybe their the money counter part of it's fucked up or something.
I use
No, man, it's been happening all over, dude. I mean, there are places, more and more places that are they're not taking cash, dude.
yeah, and y'all know more about this than I do, Billy. I mean, legally, our money says it's sufficient for
Legal tender.
Right.
Yeah, it's legal
The
tender
legal
for
tender.
any debt or whatever. Yeah.
How can they legally turn that down? I've had that happen too. I live at night, dude. I'm like nocturnal. I worked night shift for 20 years. So the whole self checkout thing, usually at night, that's all there is. So I've used the self checkout a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm at Walmart. But I mean, how can you turn down U.S. currency?
Yeah, what's up,
I
Ross?
think that should be legal.
What's up, Rob? Well, see,
Don't die.
how can they do the things that they've been doing? That's the whole point of this.
I know.
Everybody keeps saying they can't do that. It's not constitutional, but they've been doing unconstitutional shit for
Decades.
60, 70 years, and nobody,
Right.
it just, they keep doing
Yeah.
more and more because nobody stands up and does anything, man.
I know, and that's kind of the reason I jumped on Patriot. And I mean,
I know.
me and you are brothers, and I'm not butting heads, but I always say, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm like, there's there's a fine time for everything, and I know you hate it when people say when they come to my door, but I mean, right now it's the time where the pen is stronger than the sword. But there will become a time when the sword is stronger than the pen, I guess, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I mean, it's like when do you, if you do something at the wrong time, you could be either a terrorist or a patriot. I mean, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being rude, brother. You know, I love all y'all. We just having a discussion.
No,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I'm
trying to understand.
we could go back to the revolution on this, dude. When they signed that Declaration of Independence, they were all fucking traitors at that point to the crown.
Yeah.
If we wouldn't have won that war, we would still be flying British flags out in front of our fucking houses.
Yep. And it's like trying to, and none of us here, not any one of us in this freaking panel or in the chat has ever been in that situation. So it's
Not
all
yet.
new to us.
Not
You know
yet.
what I'm saying?
They are
I mean-
pushing us to that
Right.
brink.
I got total respect for you, brother. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, this is what it's supposed to be about. We're supposed to sit down and have a conversation because
It's all love. Yeah.
that's where we find our common ground, man. And we each group, even in the forefathers, they, some had this idea and some had this idea, and it was towards the same goal, but they had different ways. It's
To reach it.
I use this analogy a lot. It's kind of like a football team. If you think about it, you think the offense, they may have 100 plays in their playbook, but it's all for the same goal. Is to get to the goal line. You know what I'm saying? So there's multiple ways of getting the result that you need, and yes, I mean we have to be selective and understand. But my point of it is we are at the precipice, the cusp, the whatever the word you want to use for it. We are at that moment right now where they are showing dangerous. Did you not see the text message I sent you a little bit ago? That link. I mean, they are talking about forced. You know what? And
we saw that video.
what we just saw is them. Forced means they are coming and holding you down if that's what's necessary by gunpoint, and forcing you to do this.
Right.
So we are there. That's my point.
I haven't seen that. I mean, I hadn't seen that in our country. I didn't know. I don't watch the news. Where is that happening at?
Where's what?
Argentina.
Where are they holding people down and forcing them to do it?
Argentina.
I think it was in Argentina.
I mean, if that happens here, you're going to see bloodshed. I'm just going to say it. That's just how we are. We don't even like it when you try to tell us what color hat to wear, what shirt to wear, or what kind of food to eat. That's how Americans are, man. I'm just saying. That's why, I mean, I'm the dude that you're talking about sometimes that says, well, when it comes to my door, because I do live in the middle of nowhere where I don't really have confrontation and see a lot of stuff going on, and I don't pay attention to the news. So I'm just trying to learn.
Well, Bullfrog, you have to understand, I'm that guy in that group that has to be told to,
right.
Be calm or whatever, because I just soon go, head on. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I like, man. It's cool, man. I like talking to y'all because I like hearing y'all's points of views on this stuff. I'm here to learn. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just telling you my point of view. I'm trying to learn. I enjoy it.
Hey, Waterwell guy, what's up, man?
Yep.
I was just talking about Waterwell guy.
Well, a lot of us are like-minded on this channel. I mean, what Patriot was saying, it's like, if they come there, and now granted, from what I understand, from the test studies that they've gone around and knocked on doors, they're giving out flyers. Hey, the vaccine's a good idea. Have you had it? I mean, honestly, do they have everybody's medical records? Do they honestly? Maybe they do know everybody that's got it. But dude, I mean, how many people in America have this damn jab? What? 2 million?
But wasn't it around? I don't know. Maybe it was further back. I don't knock me down too hard here, but wasn't it around the 60s or just a little before that when they started like really like doing the whole, you know, when the baby's born, the taking the samples and, you know, the DNA or whatever, doing the footprint thing, you know.
They were doing
Well,
that way before then.
Well,
The government's been
all
doing
right,
that way
I
before
don't-
then.
I would say no on the DNA, because I was born in the 70s.
DNA was a big thing back then. Yeah.
And now I know my fingerprints are on
They
file.
didn't take blood from the baby to make sure that the baby didn't have any diseases.
I don't know. I was born in Hawaii back in the 70s, so probably not. At least probably nothing that's still recorded.
It gets weird, man. It's like some places have HIPAA laws like we do. I mean, me and Dangerous are kind of on the same net when it comes to some stuff, because I think like he's talking about, a lot of the stuff is feds overreaching, and I wish states would govern themselves, like Arizona. Like I love what's going on over there, to be honest. And with us here, I mean. And it's kind of one of those things where you go, and places that are getting governed by the feds are the ones that see all the fucking problems.
Yep.
I mean, and that's why me and Dave Ron are on the same kind of page about that shit.
The feds, the feds, God damn it. The feds, bureaucrats, dude, they're the same fucking thing. And yes, they're authoritarian fucking pricks. And they need to be fucking removed by force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
I mean, it's like with everything. They're trying to, you can even take it down to these cigars, okay? They've actually made handmade premium cigars a whole nother definition. And so now they're trying to make illegal flavored and menthol cigarettes illegal.
Oh, they already did that here, dude.
Well, they're doing it, and places are
vape all illegal here. No flavors. You can't have a flavor because only children love flavors.
Well, in Scotland,
I like some good old Mandarin myself.
Scotland and Ireland has already done this kind of things. That's why you can't export a lot of shit to them, is because they become communism. The thing that scares me is about our government doing those things. That's going towards what other countries that are communism are doing. I mean, it starts with small shit, and it builds up. And I've been watching it with small things that you wouldn't even think about. Where you'd be like, I don't care about cigars or cigarettes. They're slowly taking stuff away that you don't even, because you don't like it. I might not like Duke's mayonnaise or fucking ketchup, but they're slowly taking shit that you don't know, and then eventually they're gonna grab something that you like. You're gonna be like, hold on, wait, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? That's not cool, brother. I don't like it. No.
I'm gonna put this out there. When they made real quick, Zach, real quick. They made the Mandarin, the Turkish Mandarin cigarettes from Camel illegal in the state of California. I lost my shit. Yeah. I fucking love those cigarettes, man.
I remember those.
And I yield.
Those things were awesome.
It's that slowly taking away of stuff that's driving me nuts, dude. That slow aggression of growing something it's like they're a cancer. You know what I'm saying? They're just taking.
Yeah, here it's ridiculous. They just legalized recreational weed, but they're banning. They're pretty much trying to ban vape completely in New York. That's
what I'm saying.
Almost impossible to get it now. Only a few shops are allowed to have it. You're not allowed to have any flavors. Oh, and then they changed the smoking law to 21.
Yep.
That's the nation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, but you can get tons of cigarettes fine,
Yeah.
Now they're also going after Delta 8. It's like you just legalize marijuana.
Exactly.
You're going after legal marijuana.
I shouldn't have spoke up.
Go ahead, Zach. What you got, brother?
In the chat, hey Dalek, I don't drink much after my fucking fireball incident, but I like vanilla and salt caramel crown and then margaritas. I'm going to have a couple drinks after I complete this huge project though.
Hell yeah.
Margaritas.
Sounds like Zach got crazy on Fireball one night. I'm just saying.
Yep. That's what it sounds like.
Dude, that shit. Oh, Fireball. Fuck that, dude.
That's
Yeah,
indigestion in a
Gross.
body.
been there, done that.
Fireball. Well, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Queen's Peak. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to, hey, positive upbeat. I said this, but Bullfrog, I don't know if you got to see it or not. I got asked to teach a class in woods concealment
Awesome.
because I impressed someone, let's just say up the chain. I impressed someone on a concealment place that I built in a live scenario, I guess you can say.
I gotta go catch it up. That's cool. Catch up on the videos, man. That's cool.
Mustard.
Well, I didn't make the video, but I'm saying, well, we got a session coming up, a training deal, and I got asked to teach that because we're going to be in the woods, you know, and I'm gonna teach a class on concealment for deer hunting. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. For
Okay.
so the deer can't see you.
Yeah, I mean, if a deer can't see you, no one can see you. You know what I'm saying?
Zach, you got something?
What's up, Zach?
Fireball plus food poisoning that night. Both fucking ends.
Oh yeah, Fireball.
Oh, that's a rough one.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's both ends, Zach. That's both ends, brother. That's rough. That's rough times.
That's actually, yeah, absolutely. That's definitely both ends.
That's about
Trash
the time
can in the toilet.
Yeah.
you just sit, you just sit in the
Toilet,
bathtub and turn
or
the
sink
shower
or
on. And
whatever. Yeah.
just go for it.
Right? No doubt.
Yeah.
There are certain times where it gets to that. Yep. Just turn the fucking water on it. Hope to God everything comes out.
Waffle
That's that
stomp,
time you said,
waffle
you're
stomp
like,
it down the drain.
I'm never doing this again until next week.
I know, right? I'll be honest though, I only one time have I ever had it. Wait, no, I've never had it out both ends. It's either one or the other, but never out of both.
It happens when you pass it. So,
What did Eddie say?
Hey, Rip, I'm afraid that's what's going to happen is that we're going to wait until we get to the point that they did, to where people are getting slammed down on roofs and on the concrete, and people are getting slammed down in front of you, being forced. You know, I'm afraid it's going to have to go that far, man. That's my opinion of what I see from people.
Hey, and I tell you, I think I'm on the front end of that. I think where I work at, and I've been waiting on it, and I've already made a decision to leave where I'm at after being there almost 16 years, if that comes down to it. So I think it'll start in, you know what I'm saying? It's going to start in small scales, but at this point where I'm at, it's hadn't come to that. And I don't think they can here. I'm not saying they won't try. If they try, I'm gone. I'm gone, brother. I'm out. I'll do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I hope it doesn't come to that, Billy.
Hopefully it won't.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier.
I've drawn my line. I'm done. I mean, I'll take my losses. I'll pick up cans and pay my bills if I have to. I'll do what I got to do. I'm not doing.
You know what's funny? The Potatoes is doing more campaigning now than he did for the election.
Is he? I don't know. I haven't even watched him.
I didn't think they let him talk much. I didn't know what was going on. I don't watch shit much. I mean, to be
I think
honest.
I've seen him on something about him in the news somewhere, fucking talking, and yeah, I think he's pushing the Jabberwocky more than he did his whole freaking pre-election campaign in the last year or two.
I showed something earlier on my stream about
how something that they told us in a movie about this whole Jabberdoodle, and I beg you go watch it. The movie's called The Bourne Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I heard, dude. I was listening to when you were talking about that, about the virus and stuff.
It's been on all sorts of TV shows.
I say Rip Curl.
It's about viraling in something, and I was talking about how the COOF is nothing more than an excuse for them to be able to do something to make it so that they can, pretty much waste a whole bunch of people.
Well, they've made 2 full TV shows basically about it called Utopia. There's a show called The Dark Zone or something like that was out in the 90s or early 2000s that mentions it all. I mean, there's been a couple different movies and TV shows that has brought it up, like in the leading years up, It's predictive programming, my friend. That way when it comes to fruition, it doesn't catch you off guard. You're like, oh, yeah, I heard about that somewhere.
All right, let's check this out, Bioxo.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, you're watching my video and my computer's being stupid. I can't even see it. Oh, well.
Ha! Unicorn.
I missed it.
Yeah, I caught the video. I couldn't get my phone out in time to record it. That was when Jesus was shooting off the fireworks right in the beginning of the video. That's why everybody was cheering.
What's that? Chilling in my pool.
I was like full on tripping balls at that point.
Oh, there's the Jesus. I saw him. Oh, God. That was disgusting. Good God.
What was disgusting?
That fat guy with the Speedo.
Oh, yeah. He's from Kentucky or Tennessee or something.
There wasn't a whole bunch of you out there, was there?
Yeah, it was a small show out this year. Last year, there was double the people.
That was a pretty good idea, getting the boat, though. Or getting the pool.
Yeah.
Well, people are either scared or they don't have the money because they ain't had no work.
People are doing other things, too.
Or going back to work because some places are finally opening up. I don't know. I don't know.
People are well, yeah. Last year everything was still locked down, so this year more people were, and it's a small private thing last year, so it was like we were able to not have to deal with shit. But, yeah, more people had things to do this year, so.
I don't think. Beyonce. What state are you in, brother?
New York.
New York. Okay, I keep hearing different things from different states. I mean, here you're giving $500 signing bonuses to people at McDonald's. Where I work, mechanics are getting $2,000 signing bonuses. They're begging people to come back to work, and people say they can't find any jobs. But I think it's different state from state. You know what I'm saying?
There's jobs, but they don't want to pay, and
Yeah,
a lot of
we're
it's
talking
like
about
minimum wage jobs. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of
24
factories
hours.
and stuff closed, and
Guaranteed mechanic jobs, $32 an hour, where cost of living is low. We can't get people to stay at work. I'm just saying.
My friend works at a gym. She just went back to work 2 weeks ago.
They can make $24 at home. Why the hell would I go to work and make 30?
She was
Yeah.
finally, they've lifted the restrictions enough for her to go back to work 2 weeks ago. So everybody keeps saying, "Oh, there's jobs available," and blah blah blah. Like,
What's the restriction?
Not
Really?
as no, because you can't get your cheeseburger. You think that there's all these jobs available. Little do you know that a lot of people are still laid off. Thousands of businesses were completely shut down, and people, in their fields aren't even open anymore. You just expect them to go work at McDonald's for you. Man down.
I'm just saying, brother. I mean,
I've been looking. I hear you.
Well, I'll put it this way,
I'm not
Bioxo.
talking
I went down to the freaking Chinese food restaurant just yesterday, and unfortunately, because of all the layoffs and shit, they got new people in there. I asked this lady for chopsticks 3 fucking times, and the lady still didn't get the fucking order right.
all right. I'm just saying, Bill. So if I was hungry and I wasn't making a living, instead of drawing unemployment, I'd go to work at fucking McDonald's. That's just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
how my
I mean,
personality rolls. Hey, brother. I mean, I'm
I do
saying it's
things.
different state from state. I mean, we've got great jobs here that we can't get people to work because. I mean, come on down to South Carolina. I'll get you a job, guaranteed. Come on down here.
I'm working
You
on
know,
getting
I mean-
out of here. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I keep hearing. I'm getting out of here. The bad states, that's what me and Daniels were talking about. States are separate.
Oh,
Because
and that's
of
the other
shit,
thing.
just like
You
we're
know,
talking about, dude. I mean,
Yep.
it's bad where you're at, and I'm like, hey, we're begging people here. Every
Yep.
day I go to town, I see Penske trucks and tags from New York and California and fucking
Well,
places like that.
a lot
They're
of
coming
people-
here for work.
you know, and like I said, you know, a lot of the stuff's just finally got lifted, you know, here.
What's up, Jeremy?
I mean, I don't.
And even if you do go back to work, you still got to wear the masks and all the other BS.
No.
What's up, Jeremy?
They're pushing the jab.
I'm going to sleep, y'all. I love y'all.
See you, Jeremy.
Y'all have a good
Okay.
one.
Crashing.
You,
Yeah.
you,
Good
you
shit.
need lots of beauty sleep, brother.
You do.
I need a ton. There's not enough time. There's not enough sleep in the world to help me with the beauty sleep.
For me either, brother. Take care, man. Love
All
you.
right.
See you, bud.
Love y'all. Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But I'm just saying it's not as cut and dry as a lot of people are, because it's all in the area. You know what I mean? It all
It
depends
is.
on where you
That's what I'm
live.
saying. It's all in the area. We don't have regulations. We don't have masks. So, I mean, it's just all in your area.
Yep.
So it's like we're 2 years ahead of you if everything got better. I'm just saying, we're booming.
Yeah.
We're rocking and rolling. Stock prices are growing. Shit's going. People are moving. Things are getting done. And really, nobody. And I follow it daily. It's actually on my phone. It updates daily. People aren't dying. So we must be getting shit done in South Carolina. That's all I can tell you. I don't understand what some states got going on. I don't know what you meant by regulations and shutdowns and stuff like that because we don't have them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shit's happening here, man.
That's a quinky dink, Patrick.
You're saying we're booming, and it might be because other places are shut down.
Yep. And my friend owns a restaurant, and she had to close her restaurant twice because of all this crap. And then
That
you know,
sucks, man. I
they're
hate it.
able to start finally open again. And then they're like, oh, nobody wants to work. Well, no, because they lost their jobs twice already. You know, we've been locked down for a year and a half. And, you know, now finally the restrictions are somewhat lifted. And, you know, because people don't want to work at McDonald's, they're assuming that there's all these other jobs when there isn't still, because, you know, we were still, like I said, there were still businesses that weren't allowed to open.
What's the restrictions? I mean, what are y'all's restrictions? I don't understand, dude. I live in nowhere.
Let's see here. Like restaurants, you could even have people in the restaurants. It was takeout only. Like in the middle of winter, you had to sit outside if you wanted to dine. What else? Certain businesses and things, you're not allowed to have your employees anymore. They had to cut down to like 25% staff.
Damn. That's crazy,
Social
man.
distancing.
That's what I would do. I would pack a U-Haul and get the fuck out. I'm just telling you. That's just what my 2 cents.
You know, and if you certain businesses and things, you weren't allowed to be open at all, like gyms and other stuff. And
That's sad, dude. That is sad. People losing their whole in their dream and what they've worked for.
Yep.
Because of politics, I think. So
yeah, you drive around here, you see a lot of stuff that hasn't reopened or it's permanently closed. It's done.
The only time I will ever trust a politician is when I could take that motherfucker and throw him off the tallest building I can find. Because I will trust that he will hit the ground at terminal velocity.
Oh, you're lucky. You probably get stuck on a flagpole and not actually hit the ground.
Hey, Blaine, I was watching some of your videos, man. I sometimes I watch a lot of stuff, but I don't comment because I'm like on a tractor doing some shit or cutting grass, whatever. But I heard you were looking at places in South Carolina, some land that fell through. Hit me up, brother. I'd love to have you native South Carolina and South Kakalaki.
Well, here's the problem, Bullfrog.
What's up,
I
brother?
literally can't do anything because I don't control my own money.
I heard you were talking about it. You don't have to go into on here. I heard the whole thing. But if you want to, you got my number, brother. If you want to hit me up, let me know.
Well, like I said, I don't get to make my own decisions, you know.
I got you.
So, I'll, maybe, someday when I'm like 60 something years old and my mama ain't around no more, maybe I'll be able to be allowed to make my own fucking decisions. But at this point, no, I have to take it up the tailpipe.
I heard your situation, man. I'm smelling what you pooping out there. I got you.
I didn't get any video of, like, we took the pool out on the lake. My buddy wanted to go to Canada. I'm like, we don't want to go to Canada.
Not right now. No.
Well, Dangerous has talked a lot of times about balkanization, and I don't disagree with that. But the problem is that I think that people are taking too much time. I made that step. I grew up in the country and moved to the city because I wanted to have that city life. I wanted to have everything next to me, and everything. And let me tell you something. A lot of this stuff about it takes money to move, and I agree. I do. I understand all this. I sacrificed. I was already living in shit. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Why not live in shit somewhere where you're not exposed to all the stuff that is happening in these big cities, and live in shit for a while and get yourself back on your feet, where you don't have to put up with all that shit in the big cities. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I made that move. It was hard. I didn't have any money. I slept in my truck for a month. For a month, I slept in my truck. That's it. That's all I had, man. It was my truck and a few change of clothes, and a couple of items, and I slept in my truck.
Let me just answer your question real quick, Backwoods, because I know that you're wondering about this. The reason I can't make my own decisions is because the state of California stated to the country that I do not have the right to, because I am mentally incompetent, in air quotes. So, legally speaking, I can't even make that decision. I got the job that I got, back when I was working as a security guard, because my mother approved it.
Right. Well,
so I want to point out to you, I can't even make the decision to leave this house until she says, "Okay, you can go."
Well, I understand that. That's I can't speak on that because I don't know about that kind of problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I'm talking about people that are using an excuse for money or whatever it is. I tried to talk my sister into moving out of the big city a long time ago, and she was like, I like that convenience, and I like this. And man, you live way up there, you got to drive an hour just to get to anything. And I'm like, but yet when the when the crap hit the fan on the toilet paper wars of 2020, and there were also no rice, no beans, no nothing on the shelves. My sister's over there like, hey, I can't even get rice, and I'm like, okay, what do you need? I'll fix you up. I mean,
Blaine, I understand your situation. I'm not talking about you, brother, but
right.
I'm kind of like Billy. I'm right with Billy on this. I mean, I was raised. My daddy told me when I was a little boy, he would say, "I'm like, Daddy, that's not fair." My daddy would say, "Fair is where you go to eat cotton candy and pretzels, you little bitch. Stand up,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're a man." I mean, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do. Sometimes things going to be hard and it's not going to be fun. But people will be like, "I can't find a job that makes $120,000 a year, so I'm not going to do that." I'm like, dude, sometimes you got to suck it up, Buttercup. I mean, that's just how I am. I'm kind of hardcore when it comes to working. My dad taught me a man who won't work ain't worth a shit. And I'm not talking about anybody in the chat or the whole crazy
No.
Charlie Victor thing. It's
no,
like an old
Bullfrog.
country thing, you know. It's
Yeah,
weird like
Bullfrog,
that.
I'm the same way. See, I'm over here. My wife and I both are this way, you know.
Right.
We know what it's like to struggle. We know what it's like to have to, you know, plan meals out. You know, you plan a meal for this day, this day, this day, and this day, and you have to, you know, you. So we understand that, and what I'm getting at is that, man, we don't. I'm over here starting a business and saying, hey, I've got these 2 yards that I can pay my lawnmower payment.
Right.
And I can make $30 profit. And my wife and I both are like fist bumping, like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That extra $30 is really going to help us out a lot. You know, because I was going off of what you said. You know, there are a lot of people that are like, man, I can't make $100,000 if I move out there. You know, it's going to too much time going to cost me, yada yada. Well, you know, my wife and I has talked about it, and you know, if I can bring home about $300 a week, $400 a week, in this business that I'm doing, profit after I pay my payment, you know, and my gas and stuff. Man, we're going to be just like, you know, happy as all get out, man, because, you know, I'm still driving a truck, man, that I've had for 14 years, you know.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude. I mean, our stigma in society has made made people think that you have to have shit. I've got to have the biggest thing. I've got to have the newest thing. I hate the whole instant gratification shit. I really do. I fight that more than anything in the world. Well, people they got to have it now. I'll finance it. Don't finance it. Save up and work for it, bro. I mean, sometimes your struggles actually make you who you are. That's what made me through mine. I've been on bad times. I've been through a lot of shit, and that's actually made me a better person in the long run. If I'd have got, you know, silver spoon and fed along, and mama took care of me and patted my ass, and I only took jobs that made $40 an hour, I'd be a sissy boy, to be honest with you. I'm glad I went through hard times.
Well, see, and I've got a friend that lives in another state.
Yeah.
Him and his wife told me, they was like, man, I wish, boy, you got it made. You know, I wish we had that. And I was like, so move down here. You can have that too. And you know what the first words that come out of his mouth was?
What's that?
Man, I can't make $28, $25, $27 an hour down there. And I was like, you don't have to. That's what people are not understanding. You don't have to make $27 an hour to live here. Go ahead, Zach.
What's up, Zach?
There you go, interrupting again.
I don't like people who say that they can. I'm sorry, but if I can do shit, why can't they?
Exactly, man. Look at Zach can do anything. He's smarter than anybody in this freaking chat, dude. I mean, I hate to hear that.
He ain't smarter than me. Don't let him fool you.
He might not. He's smarter than me.
He's like, yes, I am.
What's up, Blaine?
Okay, so I'm just going to point out to you real quick that the reason why I can't make decisions for myself legally
I know, man.
is because I was placed on Social Security at the age of 18 because I was ruled mentally incompetent, meaning that if I make a decision for myself without consulting my mother and getting her permission as my legal payee and as my power of attorney, I will go to prison.
I know, brother.
So
Dude,
as far as it goes, I don't get to make those decisions.
Nobody's talking.
It's not a
about
matter of if I can or I can't. It's a matter of I'm not allowed to.
Blaine, I know, brother. I watched the whole chat with you and Kay, brother. I've talked. I was there, man. I know what's going on with you. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different. I'm not bashing you at all, brother. I hope you're the best, man.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on just a minute. Listen, Blaine, brother, we love you, man. You know,
yeah, man.
If we didn't like you or care for you or love you or anything, we wouldn't be on the panel with you. There there are 73 people watching this right now, and Dangerous on these chats a lot of times gets 300, 400, 500 views. Okay,
Yeah.
so that means there's up to 500 people that are watching this. So this is not about you, bro. We're talking. We're trying to. So I want you to understand. I don't want you to get upset.
Backwoods, I'm pointing out I'm not the only one in that position.
Right? No, I understand that. I understand that.
So I'm trying to help you all. I'm trying to help you all understand that wall.
But let's say 500 people watch this, and 10% of them.
Exactly.
10% of them are in your position. How about the other 90%? Or how about the 50%? Or how about even 10% of the people that can make that move if they just suck it up, Buttercup? You see what I'm getting at? The message is all about getting it out there to that one person or that 5 people that actually can do this. They just got to suck it up, man. All
right. In other words, shut up, Blaine. You don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying.
It's all love, brother. I didn't mean that in any way towards you. It's just like at the sawmill. Go ahead, Zach. What you got, man?
I understand your situation, brother. I mean, lazy ass people.
Yeah. I mean, we've got people at the sawmill that won't come to work because it's not a good job, and there's people who need to. I hate to say that. Everybody wants to know why lumber's so high. I can't build my patio. I can't build my new house. I can't do this, and I'm struggling with the same thing. But we can't get people to come to work at the mill to tote slabs of lumber because they can make $24 an hour sitting at home. And there's nothing wrong with these people. There's nothing mentally wrong, physically wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. You're just sitting at home drinking top shelf liquor and smoking cigars or whatever. We need people to fucking go back to work. And you want to see prices of shit come down, it'll come down because there'll be a surplus instead of, not enough crap. I mean, that's just how it is, man.
The guy that I've been kind of working for, because some days he wants to work and some days he don't. He's got his own little lawn care business, and I was working with him. But he told me since the start of last summer, since the start of last summer, he has had like 8 helpers.
Mm-hmm. They won't stay.
And he said about 7 of them, the reason why they don't work for him anymore is because they just quit showing up.
Yeah.
They were getting the extra money.
You want to hear a large scale? They
were making more money to sit at home than they were to go out and do the lawn care service.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At a Fortune 50 company, in the last 6 months, we've hired 500 people. Guess how many people stayed? 73. 73 out of 500 people.
Yep.
You want to know what the problem is? Why shit costs so much? Why ain't there nothing on the shelf? Ask me again. I'll tell you the same thing. I mean,
that's exactly right. My wife and I was talking about that very thing because I pointed that out to her, and she was like, I was noticing that the shelves, everything is smaller, more condensed. There's not as much stock. And I was like, yeah, that's because nobody's been working.
Yeah.
People are complaining about the shortages, but yet we're sitting at home every day.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and make some more people mad. A lot of times when I jump in panels and chats and stuff, 95% of the people don't work. I'm probably gonna make people mad, and y'all can kick me out if you want. And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, not this panel, I'm just talking about all over the internet, and they're like, well, yeah, I'm just sitting at home and I don't know why. Yeah, okay, all right then. If you ain't figured it out yet, it's coming.
I will say this. I never had it so good, nor did I love my life so much as when I was making $5 fucking an hour to work in a damn lumber yard and lived in a tent in somebody else's backyard.
Yep. I agree, man.
And yet now I can't make my own damn decisions because I'll let all that go and I'll let somebody else take over my life. In other words, make your own decisions, get up off your ass and go do something.
Yeah,
But
get
wait
up
for
and move.
someone else to do it.
Yep.
Anyways, I yield.
I probably made a lot of people mad, but I'm sorry. That's just how I look at stuff. I like a nation that works and that thrives. And we always talk, even when all this went on, we talked about bringing manufacturing back to the United States. Manufacturing is going to take people working.
Bullfrog. Bullfrog. Think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Think about how it seems to be the country folk, you know what I'm saying, that still has this mindset of work hard, you know. I mean, that's why I went out and bought the equipment that I bought to start my own lawn care business, because I got tired of sitting here not working. I had money and my bills are paid, all that. No problem eating. I've still got money. I'm just saying, but that money only lasts for so long, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get down to a certain funds here that I'm starting to feel that. And not to mention the fact of I was born and raised to work, you know. I mean, I was raised to work, you know. You work hard for what you get. I was taught that. And you know, and think about this. Now here's where I'm going with this. Think about how they belittle country folk. Oh, dumb old country folk can't spell, can't
Just
talk.
a dumb old farmer. He don't
We're
know
just
nothing.
dumb old country folk, you know.
Yeah, they are.
But yet we're the backbone.
Yeah. I've heard more and more lately and people are talking about in chats that just because you paid it off, it's never really yours because you still got to pay taxes on it. I'm like, would you rather pay taxes or make the payments on it? I mean, if you're not going to strive for anything, you might as well just live on the street. I mean, I don't understand that whole mindset. Like, my goal, I mean, have you ever, if you're not a grown person and you've never worked hard for something and paid it off and felt the gratitude from accomplishment of an achievement, then I don't need to be dealing with you on the internet. I mean, that's just how I am. It's like a you feel good about accomplishing a goal that you set. If you can't feel that and you're just like, well, I'm never going to own anything because it's never really yours anyway, don't talk to me no more, man. I mean, that's just how I am. I like to hear ambition. People who want to do things. You know?
I've made the comment before of, you know, when people say I've paid it off, I own it, and I said, no, you don't, because if you don't pay taxes, but at the same time, no, everything I've got out here except for my house, and my wife's vehicle, and now my lawnmower payment. That's it.
Right.
Everything else out here, the boat and the trailers and the trucks and the cars and the, you know, the other cars I've got and all this toolboxes and four-wheelers and all this crap I got is all paid for. Because
it's a good feeling.
Yes, and I have to pay taxes on the stuff, you know, property tax. But you know what? I'll gladly make that little property tax payment because, you know, actually, you know, I'm gonna throw this in here just because I'm a God-fearing man. Jesus Christ said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Exactly. You know, when they asked about paying taxes to Caesar, you know, so, you know, that's just kind of the way I look at it. I would much rather pay them taxes than what, I mean, all this crap I own, this crap that I own, my property taxes per year is about $200.
Okay. Yeah. Let's say, Billy, you had all year, you had no bills, even though your lights got cut off, you had nothing. If you had all year, even if shit was inflated so high, could you think you could save $200 picking up cans on the road?
Dude, I got $200. I've got more,
That's what I'm saying.
more than $200 sitting in a change jar. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I don't understand the whole argument about. I don't like the whole theory of bashing people and telling them don't strive to have your shit paid for. That's to me, that's part of homesteading. I'm not considered a prepper really. I like homesteading. My whole goal was to be debt free by 40.
Right.
The next best thing to being rich to me is being debt free. And they're like, well, if you got to pay taxes, you're not debt free. I'm like,
well, it took me to 51, but by gosh, you know, I mean, yes,
I'm not going to reach my goal. I'm not going to reach my goal, but I'm striving towards it, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to struggle a little, but I'll get there.
Right.
Sorry, I'm ranting.
It's
I'm
all
ranting.
good.
Nah, it's all right. Don't mind me. If you can't tell, I'm cooking.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Demeter, look, I'm gonna tell you, Demeter, yes, I'm gonna come to one of your live streams. I'm gonna be honest with you. Man, I'm trying to be friendly to everybody and come up on people's panel and talk to them and be friendly. And sometimes we get into arguments, you know. Sometimes I disagree with Dangerous, and me and him argue too. But you know, we're still brothers. And it's just between the last couple of weeks with my father-in-law passing and us having to go back and forth up there so much, and everything's just been chaotic around here. And then, you know, the next 2 days I spent studying, you know, mechanics and stuff on these lawnmowers, you know, because I wanted to make sure I got the best bang for my buck, you know. Right. And so, boy, I've been really busy here lately.
Well, I hope I hadn't made anybody. Yeah. I hope I haven't made anybody mad in the chat or the panel tonight. I mean, I like discussing this stuff, and I don't really see it as like being rude or anything. I just like discussing it and talking amongst friends about it. I mean, it's no hard feelings to anybody out there anywhere. So.
Nah, I ain't got no hard feelings.
Unfortunately, I have been in debt since I was a child. Not because I ever actually took out any kind of loans or anything, but because for some reason, I guess I owe my country a debt of money. It's really fucking weird. I keep on having to pay these extra fucking taxes on top of being disabled and on Social Security. It don't make sense to me.
I am subscribed to you, Demeter. Just saying.
I see that.
I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I am a dumb old country boy when it comes to things like that, but I know how to make money and I know how to live. So
me too, brother.
I know how to live happily.
Oh, awesome, Grandma.
Man, it was funny. Me and my wife today, we went to Walmart and we held hands, and you know, we've been married for like 17 years, 16 and a half, something like that. And we held hands today and walked down. We was laughing and joking and having a good time. And, you know, so I'm a happy-go-lucky fella. So it was fun. But no, Frog, look, I'm the same way as you, because that's another one of them country things, is that we really don't want to meet strangers. We don't want to, you know, we don't want to make nobody mad, man. We just want to be happy, go lucky, and make our money and have our little stuff and get to go fishing, hunting, frog gigging, freaking go to the golf course or whatever it is that we decide we want to do. Maybe we just want to sit in our house and let me drink my whiskey and have a smoke, you know. You know, maybe we just, but
be content. People aren't content. I mean, that's why the average square house is 2,500 square feet. I know a dude, him and his wife, all his kids moved away. He built a new house that's 2,500 square feet. I'm like, he's 60 years old and financed a $300,000 house. I'm like, you'll never pay it off. What the fuck is that all about? You know, why you need 2,500 square feet with two people? You know, but I mean, I'm old school. I mean, I was raised old school country. I mean, where you don't pull up in somebody's yard and blow the horn. You know what I'm saying?
No. I get livid just when they
say. I say shug and yes ma'am and yes sir and no sir. And sometimes even in the panel, I talked to me and Northern Girl Hobbies have a joke going on about it. I call her Shug and she'll call me Shuggy, because the first time I said "Hey, Suge, how you doing?" She's like, "What'd you call me?" Because she's from Canada. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. That's just how we talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just how it's a different way that people were raised in, in old school Southern areas about work
Oh shit, dude, man.
and stuff like that. I mean,
You
but
don't
then
you don't hardly go in a store, for instance, like or a donut shop or whatever it is around here. I mean, you go in one and the person behind the counter, a woman, she'll be like, "Hey, hon, how is it? How you going? How you doing this morning?" Or, "Hey, honey, what do you want?" And it's not a she's flirting. It's just a thing, man. And I mean,
Yeah, just like last week, it blew somebody's mind. I told them about it. I was sitting in the yard cutting grass, and a farmer pulled up, and he's like, "Hey, bud, you got a bag in the house?" I was like, "Yes, sir."
Mhm.
I went in the house and grabbed a bag, and he come out. He's like, "I got a bunch of sweet corn for you. I'm going around the neighborhood passing out sweet corn." He broke it and gave a bunch of ears of sweet corn to people in the neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
That's just how I grew up. I had the old saying my grandma taught me: you don't grow a garden for you grow it for you and your neighbor. If every person did that, everybody in America would eat. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yesterday I gave my neighbor, I don't know, 2-3 dozen eggs and probably 6 red tomatoes. And he was looking over at my mater plants, man. I got freaking, dude, 2 plants. I've probably got 50 freaking maters on them. And that's after I've been picking stuff. They're just freaking everywhere. And he's like, he looks at me and he goes, "Man, one of them, some of them fried green maters is like it's like a special treat to me." And I looked over to the mater plant and I was like, "Well, why hadn't you picked a few of them?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, I didn't want to pick your tomatoes." And I was like, "Bro, I mean, go over there and get you some fried green or go over there and get you some green maters, man. Make you some fried green tomatoes." And he was like, "Sweet, man." And he went over and he picked him 4 or 5. I don't know. I don't care.
You can't eat 50 tomatoes. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. I mean, somebody told me, they're like, "Why would you give all that stuff away? Squash and zucchini and cucumbers." I'm like, you need to quit giving it away and just start prepping it and putting it on your shelf. I'm like, I'll tell you what, those people, when bad things happen, they gonna remember, that's a good dude down the road, man. He helped his neighbor out when he didn't have to.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how I am, bro. That's how I was raised. That's not
me too.
That's how we were raised, bro. I don't understand how people can be like that.
My neighbors across the street, they grill all the time, man. They on the weekends, they work out of town a lot, off and on and things like that, and some of them anyway. So they grill a lot on the weekends and kind of gather up and party a little bit over across the street. And man, I'm gonna tell you, I always, when I see them grilling, I'll go and grab some tomatoes and squash, zucchinis, whatever. I'll grab, jalapenos, whatever, and I'll go carry a big plate full over there to them. And I'm like, "Here, throw these on y'all on your grill, man. Eat up, have a good time." And I mean, yeah, man, I do it all the time. And then, of course, he'll bring a plate over, here's like, "Man, here's all this stuff I grilled," so.
Not quoting the Bible, but like you said, it all comes back to is love thy neighbor. Some people say neighbor, they think it's the person beside them. No, it's anybody other than you, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like my mom, I always remember every year my mom would go out and buy all these Christmas presents. And I'm like, "Who are these Christmas presents for?" She's like, "Well, I buy extra every year in case somebody shows up and doesn't have one."
Right.
Because that's the kind of lady she is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, if somebody happens to bring their wife or somebody in the family brings somebody we wasn't expecting, my mom has a present for them on Christmas. I mean, it's just a mindset. She didn't even try to do it. And that's just how people are, man. It's old school ways. I love it.
I hadn't got to do this in a couple of years just because of what's went on in this last year and stuff like that. But, every Thanksgiving, I always tried to find someone who was alone. Mm-hmm. And I would, before I sat down to eat sup, I would go and, and fix a plate and take it to them people. And sometimes I would fix 2 plates and take a plate to that person and take my plate and sit down and eat with them. I've done that. There was this old veteran dude, man. His mom and dad was dead, and it had a brother that was like killed in a motorcycle accident or something, and he was basically alone, you know.
Right.
And on Thanksgiving, I there for about 4 or 5 years until he passed away. I would go and fix 2 plates, and I would go over to his house, you know, on Thanksgiving Day, and go and sit down with him and have a Thanksgiving dinner, you know, and we'd just sit and shoot the bull, you know. And I mean,
That's cool, man.
that's the kind of things, man, that we need more of in this world, man. And you know, we don't have to do all this fighting and all this stupidity and all this proper pronouns and all this crap, man. You know, just freaking sit down and have supper with somebody and don't
Break
talk
bread,
about
man.
the stupidity. Break bread and talk about the weather and just talk about, you know, man, you know, freaking gas prices are going up. I know, man.
Dude, see, that's weird because ours are going down here.
Yeah.
And granted, they're not going down by leaps and bounds, but I mean,
Man,
you know, what
look,
cost me $3.15 last week is only $3.09 this week.
well, I want to make sure everybody understands that gas prices. Okay, so I don't put any energy into, you know, the gas prices. So in other words, if, you know, everybody's talking about, man, the gas price is going up or they're going down or whatever. Okay, well, the thing about it is that I go and I go up there to the gas station and the gas price that is there, that's what I have to pay, you know, and I can complain about it and be miserable and freaking, you know, get pissed off and run my day. But you know what? I don't know, man. I guess I'm just different, man. Cause I don't know, man. The gas price, whatever they are, I'm just going to pay the shit and keep moving if I want to drive. That's just, I don't know, man. But at the same time, I've been trying to get people to stand up, but I can't. I don't know.
Well, you know, you got to think about it like this. It's like, what do you mean by stand up? I mean, just me having this podcast out here so everybody can sit there and view and voice their opinion is a way of standing up. I mean,
Right.
I don't have to go out and stand out there with my kid on and my fucking AR strapped on and my sidearm on my leg. You know, I don't have to do that to be standing up, do I? Or I mean, you know, dude, some people look at it like that.
I do. I mean, I look at it like I'm friends with a representative from the House of Representatives here. I mean, he used to cut my hair. He was old country town. He was in the House of Representatives, and he ran a barber shop. I'm friends with people at the courthouse. My grandfather was the clerk of court. I mean, I know people all through there, and I talk to them and tell them what I think and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not doing crazy stuff. But I mean, I'm out there putting my word out on the street on how I feel. So I don't know how far that goes. You know what I'm saying? Like Dangerous was talking about. What am I supposed to do more than what I'm doing? I try to do the best I can about being open about who I am. Just like on here, I'm telling y'all who I am and how I am. Take it or leave it. It's just, you know, that's where you have to do it, you know.
Well, I want to know where'd that go? My chat is jumping around.
Ah, damn, that sucks.
I want to know what this Dalek 2150. I don't know however you say that.
Dalek, yeah.
Dalek 2150. I want to know what you mean by let us eat amongst the white man. What is that supposed to mean?
I can't see the chat, so I didn't see it, bro. I'll jump in.
Well, no, it just said let us eat amongst the white man. What is that supposed to mean? Because
I'm thinking it's like Native American.
By the way, no, because I don't get that saying let us eat amongst the white man, because My neighbors across the street, they're all from Guatemala, every single one of them. There's 3 houses there, and they're all my friends. They're all my brothers. We drank beer and share food and help each other out.
I think what he was talking about, he was going back to the Native Americans, because you got to remember, our original colonists, our pilgrims, would not have made it if it wasn't for the help of the Native Americans, to be honest.
All right, well, I
usually take it as somebody provoking problems. I mean, all of it. United States is a melting pot. That's what we are. I'm not a native to America.
Okay, yeah. See, I was right. Yeah, I was right.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I don't even like that saying. If you're going to say white, you might as well say black or purple or whatever you want to do. Don't just say. For what I know.
I mean, back then, like seriously, their vocabulary wasn't advanced like ours is nowadays. You know, now we say Caucasian and Negro and Hispanic. You know, back then it's like, oh, he's brown. Oh, he's black.
I apologize. I apologize. I took it the wrong way. I'm just, man.
Because I don't look at color, man. I mean, believe it or not, just because we're from the South, we don't look at color. I know Billy's just like me. It's not the first thing that pops in my head. It actually catches me off guard when you actually. I don't even notice it. I mean, I don't know why people have that stigma about people in the South about breaking bread with. That's retarded. I mean, my family comes from poor ass logging people, and there's a lot of people of color in my family.
This cat is great. Okay.
You know, we don't care about that dang cat. You know what my grandpa and my great grandpa and my dad did when my dad was really young. But I mean, my great grandpa and my grandpa, they picked cotton. That's what they did. They picked cotton. They didn't have all the stuff. They went out there and handpicked cotton, man. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean,
everybody did. They called it sharecropping in the South. People don't understand that, dude. There was all kind of people, mixed people of every race that picked cotton. They called it sharecropping. I mean, we actually had a restaurant called the Sharecropper. I mean, I don't even pay attention to that crap anymore online. It's just retarded. Just to be honest, I don't.
Yeah, Queen's Peak. I got a lot of pussy around here.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna bounce out.
All right, so
have a good evening.
All right, bro.
Or good morning. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Sleep, y'all. Take care, man.
See you, bud.
What's up, Bullfrog?
You pick cotton down here in Mesa? Oh shit! Right on, Grandma. Are you? Well, you're still down in Arizona, right? Hell, if you're in Mesa, you're probably not that far away from me.
I don't know why they always say cotton. More foreigners pick tobacco and cucumbers and vegetables than they do cotton. I don't know why it's always cotton.
Because it was cotton during the Civil War, and that was the main crop. That and tobacco was the main crops. And they've got it in their heads because that's what they're taught.
It's probably got a lot to do with climate too.
Well, here we have the Cotton Festival where
you live in Oregon now. Oh shit! Okay, Oregon. I got friends up there too.
Our county festival is the Cotton Festival. I mean, we are the South. We are the South Cotton. You know, Mutt knows. He's not far from me. He knows down here we grow a lot of cotton, corn, and soybeans, peanuts, and stuff like that.
I can go in any direction from my front porch and be in a cotton field in 20 minutes.
Well, there's 200 acres of cotton behind my house right now.
I ain't picking their lick of it.
No, they won't. John Deere will pick it.
Fuck all that.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to in today's.
No,
we got machines to do that now.
We got machines. Eli Whitney, thank you.
Yep, no doubt. One of the smartest black men ever.
Y'all want to see an antique? I actually have an antique in my house. I call it an antique. I think it's from the same year I was born by a famous painter. I actually have the print of the paint in my house that was showcased in South Carolina Cotton Museum. I've got it in my house. You want me to grab it? It's a picture of a cotton field. I can get it right quick. I mean, it's old school cotton wagon, cotton field, but I mean,
Good
some
night,
people
Caleb.
take offense to it, but it's just what it is. I go grab it if you want me to.
Yeah, well, real quick, Gaelic, said going to bed, whatever. Just wanted to tell you I apologize. I took that the wrong way. Being straight up on here. I
Yeah.
will smite at you, but at the same time I will apologize if I'm wrong. No problem.
I figured when he said that, dude, the first thing that came to my mind was when the Indians broke bread with the Pilgrims. Yeah. So, all right. Oh, good. I was right. I got his meaning.
It'd be one of the first times.
Gosh, whatever. Just don't come on here and show your ass.
Oh, okay. Oh. It's like probably a bit hard to see.
Hell yeah.
Yep, that's a cotton field.
So cotton wagon and stuff. I'm not gonna show. I'll show you a little. It says Carolina cotton. The bottom's got my county on it. But it's
Uh-oh. What happened?
Bella
Oh,
Bella.
man.
What'd you do?
I blame the yips.
No, he must have hit the wrong button or something. His camera went out. There he is.
Here he comes.
I got kicked off. But yeah, even the frame is sawmill slab. Like you can see the round section from the sawmill. But it's actually from the year I was born. My mom saved it and gave it to me. Pretty cool. But yeah, we're proud of our heritage. So people say something about cotton and stuff, we kind of take it serious because it made a lot of people rich and put a lot of people food on the table and got a lot of shit done. And you know, a lot of my grandma picked it till her hands bled. I watched her hands bleed in her cry. So I mean, I kind of take it.
Because that shit will cut you up if you're not careful.
You damn right it will.
See, I didn't come from cotton. My people were all fishermen.
Are you originally from Norfolk?
I'm originally from Chesapeake.
Chesapeake? Okay, cool.
I have some
But
family
my daddy's people are all from the Eastern Shore.
I come from cotton and steel mills.
I have some family from deep South New Orleans where I actually have the 22 bolt action that was used to kill alligators.
Thank you, John.
Back like my great grandfather, it was, when he was old, he bought and passed it to my grandfather and passed it to my dad, who passed it to me. And the barrel actually has been cut off just a little because of the rust on the end of the barrel from, sticking it down and, killing alligators with it.
You say it was a 22 revolver?
No, bolt action.
Bolt action. Okay, my bad. Yeah. I knew some of I got an old bolt revolver my granddad used to shoot raccoons with, and it's a 9-shot, but it turns backwards. The cylinder turns the opposite way. And it's old. My daddy still got it. It's one I want to inherit. And it's not a $high gun. To me, it is. To you, it wouldn't be. But it was my granddad's. It wasn't. He was a poor. He's a poor man.
It's an 8-shot.
No,
he got an 8-shot 22.
No, bro, I would cherish that. I mean, even if I got to get my hands on it, man, because my wife's aunt who passed last year, well, actually it was this year. My wife's aunt that passed, she passed me a 38 special that she had, and she said out of all the people, she wanted me to have it because she knew I'd appreciate it the most. And man, I'm telling you, I cherish that thing, man. It's a Smith & Wesson. It's a freaking nice.
That's sentimental value, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a 38 special, man. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, I don't, No, I cherish things like that, man. I still have the original sidearm that my father gave me, back when I was 21, 22 years old, I still have that. I still have my dad for a long time rode Harleys, and he rode with some people. Let's just say that. And I have 2 leather jackets that he had back then, and he passed them to me, and I still have them hanging up in there in the closet right now. I put conditioner on them, every so often to make sure they stay good and conditioned. That's right, Phoenix. When you've been through tough times, you'll appreciate the little. Like I said, I lived in my truck, so I appreciate when I can make $30 this week, and I went out and earned it. Why y'all get quiet?
I'm fixing up my dinner.
I'm sorry there, y'all. Y'all got to talking about, Granddaddy's gun, and I just can't. I just can't.
I know. Blaine likes that stuff. He's got his dad's drinking glass. It's pretty cool, man. I like that. I remember that. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's little things like that. People don't take advantage or don't take appreciation to it. Young people don't. A lot of young people. I'm not saying all. A lot of young people, because I'm a younger person. I love it, man. History, and even if like say I sent Billy or Danger or something, or if they sent something to me, I would cherish it, man. That's from my buddies. They put time into it. Well, I'd love it, brother. I mean, it don't have to cost a lot of money or something like. I'm actually going to do something before long. One person knows about it. I'm gonna send out some care packages. Lady Catskill, New York Catskill talked about doing it a while back.
Catskill, New York, yeah.
Yeah, she did it, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm not gonna say anything about it to anybody too much. I'll say something on here, but I'm gonna do a little. And I don't have a lot of money. It's just something I want to do because, I mean, I love the community, and I mean, I appreciate everybody talking to everybody and taking the time to talk to me and inform me because I'm just an old dumb country boy trying to learn stuff. But yeah.
No, I don't disagree, bro. I mean, I'm gonna sleep till about noon, and from about noon till about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening or today, I'm gonna be working on my trailer, getting it ready for. I'm gonna get it set up. I bought a big spool of weed eater cord. And what I did was bought me a 2x4, and what I'm gonna do is mount the 2x4 on the wall of the trailer. Yeah. I've got an enclosed trailer, right? And I bought some eye bolts, and I'm gonna screw them eye bolts into that 2x4, and then I'm gonna take a piece of all thread and run it through the eye bolts in the spool. Yeah. I'm gonna put the spool up there, and I've got a washer and nut for each end. So once that spool runs out, I just take one nut off and slide the all thread up, change the spool out. I'm doing that. I'm gonna put me a tube in there, a piece of pipe to, or something like that to put a couple of rakes and a shovel in there. And also the 7-prong plug on, the back of your truck. Yeah. It has one of the wires on there is for charging a battery in your trailer. Yep. So I'm gonna hook a battery and a converter, Inverter, yeah. So that I can because like trimming hedge bushes and stuff, man, I don't want to be breaking out extension cords and all that. So I've got some DeWalt 20-volt stuff here. Right. So I'm gonna get. I see DeWalt has a freaking 20-volt.
Back at it again.
DeWalt has a 20-volt hedge trimmer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna carry that around me in case I run on the yard, you know. And I'm like, hey man, you know, I can trim them hedges up, man. They'll look good, you know.
Yeah.
You know, for this extra money. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, man, just keep moving forward, everybody. Jeez.
Stay busy. Keep active. Yeah, man. Get shit done. That's cool, man. It's the what's that? There's an inspirational speech on YouTube. I think it's a military guy, like talking in a conference about the first thing you should do every day is get up and make your bed. That way, if shit doesn't work out, you still have a bed to come home to that's made. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It gives you your first. It's your first piece of experience that where you accomplish something, and you go on and you accomplish something over and over again. And that's how I kind of live, man. And I mean, some days I have rough days. Like I might sleep late tomorrow. I've been working my ass off. I deserve a day or so. But it's all about, you know, one step in front of. I mean, it might be something stupid to somebody else, but to me or to you, I mean, whatever. Try to accomplish something and keep moving forward. That's the same thing that goes with working, like we were talking about earlier. It's the same way. That's just how I look at stuff.
Forward progress is still progress.
Yeah.
You don't want any more?
What you cooking? Dangerous, what you cooking?
Water.
No, I just made some rice.
Toast and rice.
Water well guy, yes. I've got a buddy that hooked his. He did this to his trailer and stuff, but he does he remodels and does, you know, maintenance and stuff on even like Walmarts and. But anyway, they did that thing, and I was talking to him today, water well guy, and he was telling me the same thing. Is he hooked his up, and he actually told me he's going to come over and help me hook mine up and make sure I get all the right stuff and get it done right. You know, his trailer setup is really nice, and he was going to come help me. So
for your power inverter, you talking about for your battery and your power inverter? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, but he's talking about a diode kit to basically to keep it from draining your truck battery.
From back feeding, yeah.
Yeah, from back feeding. So yeah. He told me about that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm grabbing.
I can't see the chat. My bad. I'll just.
Good night, Nostradamus.
But yeah,
Yeah, Nostradamus. You have a good one.
That's why I called him today, because he's
I'll be right back.
he's got the sweet trailer set up. So I did you know, contact him because he knows more about it than I do. He's been there and done that. So
and you can't beat a man at what he does every day. I mean, you can't compete.
Right.
You learn from people who do stuff every day. That's what I do. I mean, I don't care what it is.
This guy's up around my age, but he's like 2 years younger than me, I guess, something like that. But you know, yeah, I mean, he knows what he's doing, and that's why I called him. And he's my buddy, and he's my brother, and you know, we do things for each other. Hell, his grandson comes and stays at his grandson is the same age as my boy. And he comes and stays. His grandson comes and stays at our house a lot. And usually when he comes, he'll stay 2 or 3 days. You know, but I mean that's cool. You know, I like the kid, man. He's like my kid too. You know.
Cool, man.
And my son goes up there and stays with them too. You know, so yeah, he's a good dude.
Somebody said I am a woman. Here. I think some people may say when I say like a man has to earn his way, I don't really mean man. I mean person. It's like how we just talk in the South. Somebody said in the comments, it's like somebody said I'm a woman. I'm like, okay, yeah. I don't mean when I say man, I mean like person. I don't mean to be rude. Sometimes people take it the wrong way. Like,
you know what's so funny? My wife and I actually. We started something a while back when they started with this whole thing of calling you in your correct deal anyway, whatever. Me and my wife started something back then, we call each other man and woman. I'll look at her and be like, woman. She'd be like, what, man? You know, we do that all the time. Or I'll come in the door and she'll be like, man. I'll be like, what, woman? She's like, you know, such and such or whatever is going on, you know. But yeah, we do that all the time, man. You know, it's like, man, woman. What do you want?
My dad used to say there's no place for a man on his knees. And he doesn't mean a man, he means a person. If you get knocked down, get back up. Don't lay down. If you're on the knees, you can get back up. But he says man. And I say man a lot, and I don't really mean man. I mean human being. You know what I'm saying? And people, and I had to, it's funny. I probably shouldn't talk about this one here. I had to go through ethics training where I work. Have you ever seen 7 rednecks at a big company go through ethics training? It's a fucking hilarious situation. about pronouns. So I say, hey, Bo, what's up, brother? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I just have to call everybody person from now on. Hello, person. Hello, mutt person. Hello, Blaine person. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You know, you don't have to call me that.
Let me explain something. I know my pronouns, okay? I know what I was born as. And I'm okay with that. I ain't changed them, and I'm not confused about them. Mine are he and him.
I know. I'm just fucking with y'all. I know y'all are. I'm just talking about work in general. It kind of all made us laugh, and we're all like, we're going to get fired. That's all I'm going to do it.
Yep.
So it is what it is. It makes me laugh. I mean, I hate to be like that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but yeah, I don't.
No, you're using something they're not. It's called common sense.
Yeah. I use all kinds of stuff like that. Hey, sweetie, or Shug, or babe.
That's because you're. Oh my God, you're using Southernisms.
Yeah.
Just don't call me Shug.
All right, sweetie, no problem.
Dude, there's people in the South that call other dudes Shug, but they don't mean it. And I'm serious. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it's a pretty common thing.
It is. It's actually a common thing. Shug, or hey, I'm sorry,
Holy
babe.
shit. It's like a nickname. That's all it is.
It's not. Yes. I don't usually do that, but mostly times I say, females, I say Shug or babe or honey or something like that. Or I'll say dudes, I'll say brother or whatever. But
yeah.
I was about to say, what happened to Dangerous?
Dude, it just put me out of my own fucking stream. That was weird.
I was using all those pronouns. I'm sorry.
I know, right?
Did y'all see the comment I dropped? I know you didn't, Bullfrog, but
in the chat, private or public? I can bounce out.
Well, I didn't see it, Blaine. What did you say?
All right, it says, "Let he who is not sinned cast the first stone." Exactly. Damn it, Mom!
Well,
that's scary. That's actually, it's come to that.
Somebody said just use fucker. It's gender neutral.
It's gender neutral, fucker.
I like that.
I've been called that a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Darling or darling.
Until I went to high school, I thought my last name was Damn It.
Well, I've been called fucker many times, and I always tell them I was offended by that because you didn't use the proper pronoun. It's motherfucker. Because my wife has kids.
What's the old saying? I want a dog named Damn It, so I can be like, get over here, damn it.
Actually, my next dog, I'm going to name Come Here.
Yep, I'm still a guy.
Virginia, is that you? I got to see your face, hon.
Make her take her hat off.
Come on, Virginia. Just show me your face, baby. Okay. Verified.
Show me your face.
What's up, Virginia?
Hey.
Is that really you? Show us your face.
I will do no such thing. All right. Fuck. Zach wins.
Zach won.
Zach ain't shit.
That's a hell of a face.
Zach ain't shit. I don't know why y'all keep letting this guy on the panel, man.
That just keeps. He just does this. I'll show you.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
And then he interrupts you right in the middle of a sentence, and he wants to talk, and he says like 3 words, and it's like,
And it takes 10 minutes to type those 3 words.
20.
like, Zach, damn it, right? What's up, CG teacher?
Oh man.
My wife is here. Hot damn. Hi, honey, I'm home.
No, she came up here because there's too much testosterone in the chat. She had to fix it.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time. Y'all are, it's like torture.
And Virginia's fixing to put us in our place. What you got,
Whatever.
Virginia? She's got something to say. I can tell.
Whatever.
I'm just here to listen.
No,
Whatever. She likes being here with us cool dudes.
She does.
Well, I
As
guess
soon
that
as y'all
excludes
find
you,
any, let
Backwoods.
me know.
Well, damn it. That was
Yeah,
me.
right.
What did you say, Virginia?
She said, as soon as you find any, let her know. Cool dude.
Like I
That's
said,
why
that leaves me out.
That's why I says I guess that excludes you, Backwoods.
Shit.
So
We're not
far,
talking
Zach
about
is
what's
the
between your
only one.
ears.
But I can promise you, if you was my neighbor, you would think I was the coolest motherfucker that walked the planet.
Mhm.
I love people, man. I really do, man. I'm not one of them neighbors that, man, my neighbors over there, they'll party. They might party till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, man, play their music. They've been gone all week. It's been quiet, everything. They come home on Friday night. I don't say a word to them, man. Sometimes I go over there and party with them, man. I'm telling you, I'm one of them guys that I see a bunch of people crowding up at the neighbor's house, and they're starting to have to park in the street. I'm like, hey, man, I've got a couple of spots here in my driveway, man. Y'all welcome to park here, you know.
Kind of like my dad. I never met a stranger, kind of thing. You know?
Yep. My wife has said that 1,000,000 times. If she said it once about me, she's like, "You never meet a stranger, do you?" And I said, "Nope."
I love talking to people.
Don't.
See, Backwoods, if
I
you was
do
my
too,
neighbor,
but, every time I go over and I talk to people, they think I'm flirting with them. Well, at least y'all think I'm flirting with them. I mean, it's like that old lady, man. And dude, I was not flirting with
I've
her.
been dangerous.
Man, see,
Dangerous.
y'all
Hold
fucking,
on.
dude, y'all fucking y'all put this out there, so now everybody thinks that I've got an infatuation for fucking women over 70 and shit. And that ain't true.
Well, I mean,
Don't
if
say
that's your
y'all.
thing, brother, then
Don't say y'all.
okay,
That's a
you
pronoun.
Dangerous. You flirted with me on the backstage, so I don't want to hear nothing. Blaine, what'd you have to say, buddy?
I said, if you was my neighbor, you wouldn't see me nowhere except online.
I'd be at Billy's house. We'd be hanging out. We'd be bullshitting and
Damn
tearing shit
right.
up and working on
We'd be,
lawnmowers. I know
we'd be
that, dude.
working. Oh man,
Yeah.
we'd be working on shit and moving shit around. And
Deer
hell,
hunt.
I had a buddy of mine. He's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna move my trailer house to another property, man. Can you come up and help?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" I went up there to help, and guess what? This sumbitch shows up with the biggest John Deere tractor I ever seen in my life, man. It was a fucking huge John Deere tractor, and we took that sumbitch was like 4 or 5 blocks high.
Yeah.
Because the land was real crooked, so he wanted to move it to this other land that he had down the road. And man, we took that sumbitch and put the rims back on the trailer and put the trailer hitch back on it and freaking jacked it down to the ground and hooked it to that damn John Deere tractor, and we moved that sumbitch I don't know, a couple miles down the road, man, to another property. I'll help anybody, man. I don't care.
That's how we are.
Whatever it is,
We had
let's do it.
I had a buddy of mine down the road. His grandparents were, they were in their 80s. They didn't have a whole lot of money, so they needed their house re-roofed. Now, I've done roofing. I hate doing it. We kind of jack of all trades. I'm not great at anything. We had like 5 of our buddies show up and we roofed their house that day. You know, we nailed shingles. You know, we had one guy who really knew what the fuck he was doing and kind of told us.
He was the boss. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got up there and we all worked together. I mean, it's just I love that in my area, dude. I would not trade anything in the world for. Just this past week, I was down in my little place, my big property, and hanging out and stuff. My neighbor drives up on his backhoe. He's like, "Hey, bud, I've been wanting to come down here and get that stump up for you." And he starts digging up a stump that I've been wanting out of my way for a while. Push it up in the woods. He's like, "I appreciate it." And then he's going on vacation. You know, I'm not going to say when, you know, down the road. And I was like, "Hey, boy, I'll come by and check on your shit, take care of stuff, make sure everything's all right."
Yep.
I mean, I love that kind of stuff. I mean, people don't think about it. It's just.
I do too, man.
I love it, man. It's just, it's not, money is not, you can't buy that. You can't.
No, you
can't buy that, dude.
I'll say this, with the exception, you won't see me except online with the exception of me sitting on my front porch and sniping squirrels.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. My buddy, just like deer hunting, like me and Billy, I tell you, he's probably a lot like me when it comes to this because I know him pretty good. My favorite thing is not actually taking deer. It's actually taking somebody else to take their first deer.
Yes.
I love it, dude. I
Yes.
get more excitement out of experience than I've taken veterans. I've taken young people, nieces and nephews and stuff. And I tell you what, there's no more excitement than taking somebody to do something like that and having the full experience with them. It's fun, man.
Do you make them drink the? Do you make them drink the blood?
No, you don't. We don't do that. We might give them a little face dressing or something, but I mean, it's nothing.
See, my first deer was when I was about 22 years old, and it was a sustenance hunt. It wasn't a scheduled hunt. So you would probably be my first deer if you ever took me out hunting.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I enjoy it.
Yeah, man. I'm the same way, dude. I freaking love to get somebody out there and you know and talk to them and you know, just like I did with my daughter, for instance. You know, I mean, and I've done this with a bunch of friends. You know, and I had this, you know, and I had a buddy, and we kind of did the same thing. But like, I actually took them out, my daughter, and you know, teaching her. But I also did this with some buddies and stuff. You know, take them out, and I actually sit in a blind with them. You know, or you know, we'd go out and I'd show them how to make a natural blind. You know what I'm saying? And we would sit out there and just kind of whisper a little bit to each other and talk. You know, just talking, and you know, I would explain stuff, and then. I've been there when they killed their first deer, man. It's just freaking awesome, dude. You know, I mean, it's.
Yeah, dude, it's got to be exciting. I mean, I've had it on smaller scales, but you know, I've never hunted anything that big. I've never gotten a chance. Not saying I haven't tried, but just never.
It's all about the hunt. It's not about the kill, man. It's about the hunt. I mean, it's the same way with small game, big game, anything. I don't care what it is, dude. It could be a fishing trip. It couldn't be. It don't even have to be about taking an animal. It could be about gardening. It could be about anything. It's just taking somebody to experience something. I've had people over that's never seen somebody grow vegetables before. You know, we used to take field trips in school to go out and see stuff that we've never seen before, and it lit up our eyes. You know what I'm saying? When I was a young man, and the people who owned the place, you know, I don't care what it might have been. You might laugh about it, but it was a cotton gin. We used to take field trips to a cotton gin to see how cotton was processed. When I was in school,
I had a neighbor move in one time, and he had never grew a garden nor seen a garden growing. Yeah. And I was talking to him one day, and I was like, "Well, man, I've got all the materials and stuff. I was fixing to go out here and build this raised bed, you know, and I was going to build it out of yard timbers. It's the one that my tomato plants are freaking blowing up like monsters."
By the shop over there? Or?
Yeah. And so he was like, "Well, man, I'll leave and stuff so you can work on your project." And I was like, "Why don't you stay and learn?"
Yeah, exactly.
And he just kind of looked at me, and he's like, "Well, I guess I could. I ain't got nothing going on." What?
Well, I was talking to Demeter, man, because he was talking about that last night. He's like, "Oh, I should have it up and ready for tomorrow," and here we are in tomorrow, and now he's like, "All right, later on this morning." Well,
So,
man, come on, Demeter.
so yeah, so the guy hung out, man, and I showed him how to build this raised flower bed, and he's like, "Man, that was really easy, man. We built that in like 30 minutes." And I'm like, "That's what I'm telling you. I mean, this stuff is not that hard, man. You know, just look at it and imagine, okay, I want it to be this wide and I want it to be this long, and you just cut the boards, you know." And I showed him how to stair step a thing, or to how to put up, you know, the braces, you know, because I used yard timbers. And I showed him, you know, I said, how we're gonna attach these pieces, because that thing's like 20 foot long or whatever. And I said, how we're gonna attach these pieces is, you know, and I showed him, I built cut some legs and put them in the ground a little bit, and freaking screwed them to each other. And man, couple of years now, and I'm growing freaking vegetables out the wazoo in it, you know, giving vegetables away to folks, you know, like we're supposed to.
That's cool, man.
And he gets the vegetables too.
Yeah. I take them to work. I love giving stuff away to people at work, man. I've taken deer. I've taken people who we had a janitor guy. His name's Mr. Ernest, and he's like, "Man, I'd love to have me some cube steak and whatnot." I'll tell you what, man. I'll clean and process and take care of the whole deer, and you take it and get it processed. I'll bring it in the 120 quart cooler and ice it down for you. I mean, I've done that many times, you know, with my personal tag on it, so it's legit. I mean, it's all legal, you know, and stuff like that. Or eggs, you know, like I tell people at work, I'm like, "Yeah, I'll bring you some eggs," and I'm like, you know, they're like, "I live in town, I can't have chickens." I'm like, "You might be able to have some hens, you just can't have a rooster." They're like, "Well, how am I going to eat eggs?" I'm like, "You don't have to have a rooster to get eggs." And they're like, "Really?" Because some people don't know that, you know. They think you have to have a rooster to get eggs. You know, you don't. You just have to have a rooster to get fertilized eggs.
Yeah.
That's
it.
So, I mean,
here in Norfolk, we're allowed five chickens in town.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different. It's different everywhere, man. It's fun to teach people and learn about stuff. And I love.
I'm in the city limits, and they limit us to 5.
Well, I'm in the city limits, and we can. I've got 11 chickens, and the guy down the road, I think he's got 15, and this other guy over here, he's got a goat, and he's got a couple of cows, and I don't know. I mean, I live in such a small town, man. I mean, we can have.
Norfolk is anything but a small town.
They don't limit us. I don't know why.
Even in a small, that's what I was saying though. Even in a small town, some places will let you have some hens. Even if you can't have a rooster, you can still have. And they don't understand. They think you got to have 15 or 20 birds. I'm like, no, because if you got 3 hens, say you got white leggers or something that lay 365 a year, and they lay 1 egg a day. And if you don't eat an egg today, tomorrow you got 6 eggs.
That's right.
You know, it adds up. You don't have to have, 20 birds to be able to have eggs. You can have just 2 or 3 for one person. I have way more because I have egg layers and what I call more. What do you want to call them? Birds that don't lay as much, but they're pretty, like silver lace Wyandottes. So I have a mix. I have like a rainbow flock. So I got Buff Orpingtons and Rhode Island Reds and Silver Lace Wyandottes and Americanas, that lay like a green egg. So every couple of days I'll get like a Easter egg basket of eggs, and people really love that at work. They like the green, the white, the light brown, the dark brown cuckoo marans and stuff like that. People really like it, man. It's pretty cool. I just enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy showing people and teaching people. They're like a green. I actually had a guy at work. I took him some of those eggs, and there were a couple that were green. He threw them away, and he's like, I think some of them were bad. And I was like, what do you mean bad? He's like, they were green. I'm like, no, they're not bad. That's just a shell. It's just the outer shell. All the inside shells are white. It was kind of funny.
Right.
He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Real quick, just real fast to address somebody in the chat. Happy Camper. I get upset seeing deer shot and survive as well. I don't like that stuff. when I teach someone hunting, like my daughter or my buddy, or someone that the guy that moved from New York and he's never hunted before, and he moved across the street, and I took him hunting, and I teach him that I would rather watch the deer walk away than to wound it and it go away and suffer or even, maybe even die.
That's too funny.
That's right.
Trump won. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one, Steve. Aloha, brother.
What's up, Cola? And then because Cola came on first.
Hi, y'all.
Hey,
how you
Cola.
doing?
I'm good. I've been listening to y'all for a while. I wanted to tell y'all about I talked to Virginia for a split second. Is she gone?
Yeah, she left.
She gone. She ran off.
Yeah, she might.
But
oh, God.
they said on the government website that they're saying there's going to be a EBS on August something like, and it could just be a test. It could just be regular, but they also, Mike Lindell is supposed to come out and say something the next day or something. It's like the 10th and the 9th. Not just something I heard. I didn't know if anybody had any thoughts on it.
They keep saying that apparently on the 13th of August, Trump's going to be reinstalled as president. I don't know that one put in that, but that's just one of the rumors going around.
But there really is supposed to be an EBS. I mean, it could be for anything, but that was supposed to be on a government website that FEMA's putting one out like the 9th or the 10th, and then Lindell's doing something the 10th or the 11th, and then there's the 13th that you're talking about. So I don't even want to, I've heard so many dates, but that's just something I heard recently.
My question is, why would they announce an EBS prior to the actual emergency? I'm like going, that doesn't make sense to me, but I'm,
They're going to announce something. I don't know what,
I think I heard
just a test or something.
Trump is coming back every month since it all happened. I think.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Let it come.
But what has changed is the coverage on it. I can't open my phone without hearing his crazy conspiracy theories that, different people are saying. That's what they call it, and saying about they're actually reporting on this August thing.
It's
and
not
that's the thing.
Conspiracy, it's the truth. We already
I know, but that's how they report it. That's what they write.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And there's tons of them. So why are they talking about it so much if it's so unheard of, is what I'm saying.
What is not a conspiracy?
Right.
No, I'm asking, Dangerous. You said we already know this is going to happen, or whatever it is you just said. What is not the conspiracy?
We know that Trump did not lose this legitimately. We know that this entire last election was a fucking sham. We know this. At least 60% of the population know this.
And when he says, I think he means
there's even a lot of Democrats that know that this was a false fucking election. So,
I just want to say real quick, hi Cola, thank you for coming up. I'm Gartsman.
AKA Blaine.
AKA Blaine.
Well,
AKAs.
The whole thing about the question about there's no way constitutionally that Trump can be reinstated, right? Trump has had rallies every Sunday for the past 3 weeks. Well, constitutionally, I mean, if and legally, if the is proven to be false, then constitutionally, yes, I mean, Trump can be reinstated because of falsehoods that happen to get the person in there now. But the thing of it is here lately, constitutionally, things have not been going constitutionally, because if so, we would not be in the position we are in now, and we would not have the president that we have now.
We don't have a president. We have a former vice president.
Well, okay. Okay, we can get into logistics, okay, but what I'm getting at is overall, constitutionally, what they did was not constitutional because they made rules up as it went. And in order for a state to change its voting ways, they have to go through the House and the Senate and then signed by the governor. So if that did not happen, it's not constitutional. That's what I was getting at.
Happy camper, no, I don't see everything. But you know what I do see is I know when there's enough freaking fraud going on. I can see that.
Yeah, it's all the good old boy system. Just like here, I think. It's all of who you know, how much money you got, how much pool you got. That's what we got caught up in. You know,
Yeah, basically.
the good old boy system. I say
Another
boy,
thing-
I mean people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use pronoun.
You gender.
Person.
You pronoun for these people wrong.
The good old people. Yeah, thing.
No, just don't get all choked up on the PC thing. I might cry if you do.
Another thing that the mainstream covered recently was that something that was handed out at CPAC, and it was like a 7-point plan to get Trump back in, and it was who's the third from the president? That position, is it like secretary or
Yeah, the speaker,
Yeah.
speaker of the
Speaker of the House.
That right. So he was supposed to get this job and then get rid of Pelosi and Biden, and then he'd be in line next or something like this. But they passed it out at CPAC, and then mainstream covered that too. That's the thing that I think is odd, is that they're actually talking about it, because people have been setting dates and talking about this in the inner circles for months since the election, and they act like nothing's going on. And then here recently, every time I open my phone, it's something about this quote unquote conspiracy of him being back by August, the baseless claims of voter fraud, and then now the 7-point whatever plan that they're passing out at CPAC. And I don't know that I don't think he had anything to do with it. And Marjorie Taylor Greene said, that he's not coming back in August. But then Mike Lindell and the Lynn Woods think something different. So I just think the shit is fascinating right now, because I feel like something's going on that's not being talked about. It's a matter of what, and will they succeed?
It's like Days of Our Lives soap opera. That's why I quit watching it. It's
The
retarded.
juiciest politics has ever been, right?
Yeah, no doubt, right? I mean, if Trump couldn't get rid of Pelosi, she's never going anywhere. She's 147 years old. I mean, it's just how it is. I mean, she's not going anywhere.
Well, no, wait, but let's talk about that for a second. Everybody hates Pelosi, and I do too.
Yeah.
But think about this. Think about how long she's been in office, and yeah, they nip away, but that's our fault. But the thing about it is that there's been many things over time that Pelosi has said and wanted to do, but yet it's not happened, because she is just a mouthpiece, and people need to understand that, look, when I was last summer, when I was going to these protest rallies, let's just say, so I had a guy walk up to me when there was only 15 of us standing there. I had a guy walk up to me because I was over on the side there, pulling protection detail on that side, and this guy walks up to me, and it was about 3 of them actually, but one of them walked up to me and he got in my face, and he stood there and he did this to me, kind of jerked at me a couple of times, and he said, "I'm gonna beat your ass," is what he told me. And I just stood there and never said a word. I just stood my ground and just stood there and looked at him and waiting for it, make a move, talk. And so my point of that is that I didn't get my ass beat that day, and I hadn't had my ass beat since, from him or anyone like him. So the thing for me is that, I keep hearing, well, Trump's going to do this. Well, this is happening. But, well, Mike Lindell, and, well, I have hope too, that things change. But, when I see something, then I'm going to believe it. Until then, it's all talk, and it's just wasted energy for me. because I would rather focus my energy and my thoughts on, you know, preparing myself and getting my family prepared and preparing for that I can help my neighbors. And man, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of saber rattling going on all over the world, you know, and until something happens, I'm not, you know, I don't want to put any energy into it because it's, you know, it's really weird because, man, I've got other things to do. I've got a life to live every day. You know, I mean, God dang, if they come out and I'm gonna tell you, Trump did a lot of good stuff for this country and things were good, on a business scale. And I'm very appreciative that we did have it so good when he was in office. But here's something I want to make sure everybody understands is that, you know, he also stood up there and told us, he said, take the guns away and then we'll worry about, you know, the legal aspect of it, you know. He also wrote an executive order to ban bump stocks, you know. He also pushed for,
Yeah, I know.
He also pushed for this. Remember,
well, you gotta keep in mind I'm sorry, not to distract, but I was gonna address Happy Camper. You gotta remember our forefathers were wealthy people. I mean, granted, they were not poor.
They were all broke by the end of the revolution.
Well,
I mean, there'll never be a poor president. They'll all be wealthy, brother. I mean, it's just, I mean, I didn't like Trump. I didn't care for the way he acted. I mean, I just voted for the best or the worst, to be honest. I really like a dignified, you know, fine carried person, man or woman, you know, dignified that doesn't do, I don't think they should do tweets. I mean, I think they should be highly classy and, you know, and stuff like that. I mean,
that's like, it's like you can't win the news remember when the news tried to slander him because of that statement he made on that bus where he's like, man, and when you're rich enough, that wouldn't let you grab him by the pussy. And I was like, well, what's her name?
It's a professional.
You know, I've met women that enjoy that shit.
If you've ever been a professional,
who doesn't like to get grabbed by the genitals in that kind of?
I mean, if you've ever been a professional, though, Daniel, so like you ran a job site, you knew which guidelines you had to follow. That's the only thing I'm saying. There's certain things you can do and certain things you can say. Just the way I look at it, you might not like me for it.
Yeah, I've been foreman before. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
But I mean, you got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to carry yourself with dignity. If you don't, people won't respect you as much as they could, type thing. You need to be the boss and walk the line at the same time.
Yeah, but it's hard when the bosses above you are being complete fucking jerk offs, and then they give you shit because you're trying to do their job for them, and then you slack on the job that you're actually there to be in charge of. You know, and it's like, dude, I wouldn't have this problem if you'd let, you know.
Yeah, shit runs downhill. I understand.
Hey,
I quit that fucking job.
Hey, what's up, Sean Stryker?
Sean Stryker? Who?
Sean Stryker.
What's up, Sean? All right, Steve. There you go.
Okay.
All right, I can see you. I can hear you, Steve. Wait, can I hear you? Steve, say hello.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
What's up, man?
Aloha, brother.
Person.
Hello.
Person.
How's it?
You're getting
Aloha.
I can hear you. Your video is kind of funky right now because you're on a cell phone.
Yeah, you may have to step outside. I see materials above your head, so you may be in a garage or something. You may have to step outside to catch some good service.
What's up, Zach?
Yep.
Well, hey, family, I'm going to go to bed. I have work tomorrow. Have a good night, and I love you all.
Good night,
Okay.
Zach.
Love you too, Zach.
Yep.
You have some good rest, brother.
Night, Zach.
Zach's leaving?
Yeah, Sean, yeah, it's not on YouTube. Apparently, What somebody told me, Sean, was if you go to the RSBN site and go to the apps, then you can pull it up, because I guess apparently YouTube just as soon as they're done, they delete it. Isn't that bullshit? Yeah. They don't want Trump to have a voice. That's pretty fucked up, dude.
He probably more people hearing his little. That's what he said, is that he gets more attention on his like presidential things that he, whatever things he can do, put out statements. They get read just as much, and you know. And he was talking when he did that lawsuit against Facebook, and then the average person can't do that, but he still can. And people probably pay more attention now because he's so hard, you know, because he doesn't have all that stuff. I don't know. It seems like some of the sometimes.
Well, yeah, they don't want it to come out because he's always tearing them apart because he knows that they are corrupt. What's up, Steve? I can see you now. Can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of feedback, but yep.
What's up, Eric Johnson?
Good morning, Eric.
Well, everybody just needs to understand that, you know, pay attention to the news and things like that, you know, and try to pick through it and determine what is hurting or helping you. And I mean, you just got to deal with it. I mean, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, man. I mean, until everybody stands up and says enough's enough. I mean, it's just going to keep going the way.
Well, Arizona is standing up, though. You got to keep that in mind, Patriot. Arizona is standing up to this crap. We were the first one to really start this thing, and we had a lot of Democratic pushback. But you know what? You know what? Our Attorney General is removing power from these Democrats, and I have a feeling that come 2022, we're gonna see a major title change.
I think so too.
Yep, we're gonna see it all over the country. All them areas that have a little spot of blue are gonna fucking disappear and go straight red.
I hope so. I mean,
I do too, man. I do too.
I hope so.
I'm just hopeful thinking here.
I hope so too, brother.
Well, let me. All right, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm gonna ask a question. What in the hell makes you think that they're not going to do the exact same thing in 22 that they did in 2020?
That's
they cheated then. So what's going to keep them from cheating now?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question right there.
You're exactly correct.
That's where I think Arizona is going to come into play. We've already tightened up on our registration laws and voter registration laws. I know Georgia has as well. In fact, they got so pissed at Georgia that they fucking removed. They changed the fucking venue for the MLB. You know, the baseball team game, whatever. Fuck it, whatever. I hate baseball, anyways.
Mud, I'm hopeful that people are watching closer now. That's the one thing that's going to change it. I hope. Actually, people are not just like flying by the seat of their pants. People are actually watching.
Here's the problem, and remember, I worked the 2020.
Right.
At the poll level, everything was fine. I can't verify jack shit once those ballots left the polling place and went to the counting station.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly, and that's part of the problem here, Celtic. Is all right. So when the Arizona Republican senators subpoenaed all this info, they got everything except for the routers and the router passwords, which is going to be a key to this whole thing. You know, it's like where were all these sent to? Were they sent to Taiwan? I mean,
What's the
I've
point?
heard in other states that the routers they checked, they were sending this shit overseas. What the
Why
fuck?
do you think they're waiting so
What
long?
was it,
Why
Pennsylvania?
all right. First of all, why in the hell would they be sending anything anywhere other than that building? You know,
We've been
maybe
doing that for years.
state.
What do you
It
think
should
they're
not-
waiting for? To like, what do you think they're waiting for to announce their results?
Well, they're still waiting.
Yeah.
They're still waiting on the routers, and they're still waiting on the passcodes.
And I'm going
I
to
thought they gave that up the last day that they had record ordered to. I thought,
Yep.
or was that
No, they're
something
gonna,
else?
dude. Nope. Right now, they still have not released them, and the senators are about ready to release another subpoena to try and get those. And I mean, I don't.
dangerous. Let me ask
They
you
are
this.
trying. The Democrats are busting their asses trying to hide this shit.
Let
Is
me
all
ask
it
you
boils
this.
down to.
Let me ask you this, Dangerous, because this happened in Pennsylvania, and I'm wondering how many other states this happened in. Pennsylvania, the day after the election,
Yep.
they were already shredding ballots. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
No.
Yes, they were. They were shredding ballots, and I know
Yep.
they did it here too.
It's illegal.
I know it's illegal. They're supposed to hold on to them for 24 months.
Yep.
You're supposed to hold those ballots separate from everything else for 24 months, just in case somebody wants to audit them. But people were already shredding them the day after the election. How are you going to have an accurate count if you've got 10,000 of them shredded, or 50,000 shredded, whatever the number is? You can't get an accurate count for your audit if you've got people shredding them as fast as you're counting them.
Okay, so that is a felony charge. Why aren't people getting fucking arrested?
There's another question. Why aren't people being? Why aren't
Who
we
is
seeing
going to
arrests?
enforce it?
That's not just a felony, that's treason.
I don't
They
disagree
arrested
with you, Blaine.
those people that got caught pulling the big box of ballots out from underneath. She was at least indicted. She had to go to court. Her and her relative, two
Her
women.
mother. It was her mother.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but as far as Mike Lindell, y'all mentioned earlier, or maybe it was me, maybe more than me. I love him. I think he's an amazing person
crackpot,
because he used to be, yeah, and he said he turned his life over to God. And the thing
a
is, he
crackpot.
has no stake. You know, he could lose everything that he just got well enough to get those pillows, and he's putting everything out there. He's like fighting this war, like one of the very few people. And he has a symposium going on right now, and I don't really know much about it, but supposedly he's invited all these important people, and he's going to show a bunch of evidence this day, yesterday, and tomorrow, I think. And I think he's a great person. Like he doesn't have to be doing what he's doing. You know, he's just he's risking everything just because he knows
Well,
it's the
yeah,
right thing
I mean,
to do.
you know, and I mean, if he turns out to be right, he's going to be like one of the founding fathers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Absolutely, he will be. You know, because he was the one that was willing to risk everything to prove or to fight these fucking communist pricks.
He went on Jimmy Kimmel and got made fun of. The
do you
best
believe
part of
to?
that, the best part of the Jimmy Kimmel thing, he said Jimmy Kimmel quoted someone and said, "Oh, you know, so and so said it was a free and fair election and blah blah blah." And without skipping a beat, Mike Lindell countered him with, "Oh, really?" Because he was just on Morning Joe like one night ago, saying how the biggest threat was foreign interference, even down to our local elections. So the thing is, if he said, how could it be that way 4 months apart? You know, how could it not be in danger of, you know, all this whenever it concerned Trump? But now as soon as Biden's in office, all of a sudden now this is a big threat. So it kind of shut him down with that. I don't think they were expecting him to retaliate and have an answer to that. I can't remember the guy's name that he said was on Morning Joe. Whoever said that this election was, you know, free and fair and all this, turned around and said something different on a Morning Joe show. And like I said, Jimmy Kimmel said something. It was kind of making fun of him, and he shot right back at him. And I thought that was pretty good because they didn't even edit it. Of course, they made fun of him like crazy. But that, I guess you
Yeah,
have to have
that's
that if you're going to be
that's
on
their
that show.
MO.
Yeah,
It's like-
if you're going to be on there, you got to expect it. But at
Mhm.
least they let them on.
Oh, could you imagine if I was on there?
Well, they do too live.
I'd
What's up,
probably end up
Bullfrog?
getting up and punching Jimmy in the fucking face.
Now that I'd pay to watch.
No
I'm
doubt,
honestly
right?
surprised he didn't.
Oh
the
man,
way they
or
were
like
treating him.
Joker. Remember the movie The Joker where he shoots Robert De Niro right in the fucking face? That would be badass.
Bullfrog's got his hand up.
Go ahead, Bullfrog.
Yeah, it's like if they prove anything, who's going to enforce it? It's like they always talk about movies. There's no. It's a conglomerate. There's no snake to cut the head off of. I mean, to me, that's kind of how it is with me. I've kind of given. That's why I don't watch it anymore. I don't even fantasize about somebody bringing out this and that. I mean, I'm not being rude. It's just a conglomerate. It's just not. There's not one. You can't.
The bureaucracies own everything now.
It's on everything. So how do you even? There's no snake. That's what I'm saying. There's no one snake. So
It's not a snake. It's a damn octopus.
yeah, it is, brother. It is, man. That's the way I
It's
look
a
at it anyway. I
Medusa.
mean, I might be wrong, and I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist, but who's going to be the one to enforce it? Even if Arizona, man, I love Arizona. I love a lot of stuff that goes on out there. I buy shit from Arizona, believe it or not, online a lot.
Yeah, we're allowed to.
Yeah, I mean, y'all open carry and have cigar lounges, Cigars Dailies, in Arizona. I love that company, and I support them and do it from here. But I mean, who's going to stick up for them if the shit comes out? They're favored. Somebody's going to be like,
right. Is the FBI going to go in there and start arresting people?
No.
It would have to be a military thing. It would have to be a military thing. And even with the
military, like who would be the military? Military, but
that right there is another good question, Bullfrog, is because these fucking higher up generals, the ones that are in the Pentagon and
conglomerate,
chief of defense or whatever for the Washington, dude, they're all fucking politicians at that point too.
Most of them are Democrats, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's hard to know who the fuck you can trust.
Yeah. What's up, Blaine?
Y'all asked who would enforce it.
Yep.
I have one word for you.
We the people.
Oath keepers.
We'll see, man. I hope. That's cool. I hope.
It'll be
I like
Civil
the theory.
War.
Yeah.
It sounds like Civil War is what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
I know I'd be on that line.
I'd be hiding behind a tree.
I was really hoping it wouldn't come to that.
Me too.
I still haven't given up all the hope, though. I mean,
nah, and we shouldn't. We
Well,
shouldn't.
I haven't, but I'm highly discouraged.
Me
And
too.
That's kind of how it is. I don't know. I don't freaking know. It's going to be bad. It's midterms will tell a lot, just like you said. How we know that's going to be fair, like Mutt said, or the next election. I mean, there's a lot
If
more
these
people
audits
watching.
do anything, if the audits do anything, then that changes everything. If they,
Well, if we can get more and more states to start having stricter guidelines to their voting, we'll do something. I mean, will it change everything? No, they have been figuring out how to cheat the vote for how many decades now?
245 years.
There you go. So it's like, okay, but if we can keep a somewhat fair election, look at how Trump got in. It's because, well, first of all, they thought that Hillary was going to be a lot more popular, which is stupid when she's getting like, maybe 100 or 200 people showing up to her once in a blue moon rallies, whereas Trump is getting 25 to 35,000 people at his fucking twice a day rallies. And it's like, dude, come on, you guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah, my personal opinion, I mean, Mutt's where it's happening. I mean, where we saw it before, most places are being controlled by their biggest area, like Richmond and Virginia. You saw what happened in Richmond. I mean, everybody did. Did y'all not watch the news? Like everybody talk about Second Amendment rights and raising hell. I mean, The same thing happens in New York. There's a lot of great people from New York, but New York City has ruined it. And it's going to happen in Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville has ruined Tennessee. Georgia, there's a lot of country in Georgia, brother. I'm right by them. There's dirt roads and people who take deer and eat squirrels and drink cold beer, good old country folk and just great, honest people. It's ruined by Atlanta. And you're going to see that in every fucking state. Excuse my language, say the F word. But that's what's actually making me madder than anything. And it's happening in every state. I don't care what state it is, blue, red, purple, yellow, green, whatever. It's happening in every state. The biggest majority is taking over, and they're going to make decisions for people out on the outskirts. And that's dangerous to me. That is freaking dangerous.
Yeah.
So my 2 cents. I'm not very smart when it comes to politics. I just watch what happens.
Well, and it kind of goes back to what Backwoods was saying, what I've been saying for a long time, for over a year now, about the balkanization. And I mean, yeah, it could happen state by state. I have a feeling it's going to happen more by city or county to county. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, look, you don't like it here. We go by these guidelines here. We're not wearing fucking masks. You're not going to force us into getting a fucking jab. You're not going to take away our gun rights. You don't like it, and you can fuck off somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it's sad. Big city.
Easy solution.
Go ahead, Blaine.
Go ahead, Blaine.
We all petition for self-governance. Not the state, not the local, self-governance, meaning that you forge your own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah.
That's the only solution to this problem. Because obviously politicians have no idea what their asshole is from a hole in the ground. And, as far as it goes, they'll lie to keep their fucking place in office. So our only option is to govern ourselves. Literally, on the personal, individual level.
I would even take the first step in the back. I think me and Ron and Billy talked about this one night, is actually bringing power back to your local sheriff. Most people underestimate how much power your local sheriff in your county has. They just don't use it. They're overpowered by their governor or, state representative. I mean, I think I'm still learning a lot about this. I watch a lot of stuff on it. I'm still kind of, not intelligent about it, but I mean, at a local level, bring it back to the local level. That's what I want. And I mean, the next step would be what you're talking about, Blaine. I'm cool with that too, brother. But even if it was baby steps, bring it back to a local level and slowly bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you.
I've seen what would happen if you brought it back to the local level. You got to remember, I'd lived in a small town of like 900 people at one point.
Right.
And nobody there listens to the governor. They tell the governor, fuck you.
Right.
And I can't really blame them because, well, it's California. But even there, the individual person was still shit on. Hardcore. By the sheriff. By the sheriff. So I'm sorry, but that's not good enough.
All right. I understand.
It won't be good enough until people are making their own individual choices. And that won't happen until we have self-governance. And I don't like to, disagree with my friends, but the reality is,
I enjoy it, man. I invite it. I like to hear different ideas on different topics. It's not bothering me, brother.
My question is this, Blaine. What are we using as a baseline for self-governance? Because my moral compass is different than your moral compass, which is different than Bullfrog's moral compass, which is different than everybody else's. So what are you using as a baseline?
Well,
otherwise, you've got anarchy.
Anarchy isn't the absence of law. It's the presence of mind, the presence of self-governance, which is you govern yourself based upon the morals that you were raised in. Now, if you weren't raised by any morals, then obviously you're going to be a dipshit. You're going to go do stupid shit. And by that very nature, you're going to be removed from the gene pool. It's just that simple.
It always comes back to it always comes back to morals you were raised with. I actually love that, Blaine, and I'm a firm believer in that. The worst thing is, well,
Is that you, Mike?
Whoa.
that's
My
Cola.
bad.
That's Cola.
Cola,
are you
oh,
feeling-
that's you, Cola.
standing
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, you could hear that? My bad. I was.
Yeah, we could hear that like it was coming through crystal clear. Like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
my bad. It was the water.
It sounded like a horse peeing on a flat rock. I'm just saying.
Yeah, dude.
My bad.
We needed that laugh. Thank you, Cola.
A good friend of mine told me his opinion, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Not plausible, but he's like, we just need to divide the country in half. And one half do what the fuck they want, and the other half do what they want.
I think
And
we're
just-
headed for a I think we're headed for a quote unquote peaceful divorce among the states.
I do too.
It's not going to be peaceful, though. It wasn't
Peaceful
peaceful back in the 1860s. It's not going to be peaceful today.
Yeah, that's what the Federalist Papers are about, and I didn't learn about that till now. I didn't learn anything about the Federalist Papers in school. Here I am, 39, learning stuff I didn't learn before.
Same. I didn't learn about the Federalist Papers in school. I had to learn about those on my own time.
Yeah, I mean, this just a couple months ago, I delved into
I
that.
got a book for you, Cola, that you can check out. It's called Stuff the Things My Teachers Never Taught Me in School. That is the
That
actual
sounds
title.
awesome.
That is the title of the book. I actually have a copy of it, and when I'm done reading it, I will be more than glad to mail it to you or to a P.O. box if you've got one of those, and you can read it. It's full of all kinds of stuff that people don't realize are actually rules, laws, and guidelines for this country, and things that they never taught us about our own history.
I might be able to get it on my Kindle.
Yeah,
You know, what I want to say is, unless we can get rid of the continuity of government to where we can actually get rid of the swamp. And see, that's where Trump fucked up. He went in there thinking, oh, I'm going to be able to come in here and drain the swamp. Maybe he thought it, maybe he didn't. I think he truly intended on trying to cut out a lot of the corruption. He did to an extent, but it was way deeper than he thought. Unless we can get this continuity of government out, we're never going to succeed.
Oh. And what scares me is if he couldn't do it, who the hell can do it? He was crazy.
It would take.
Who's next?
It would
Who's
take,
next?
like, you know how when we supposedly went in there on January 6th? No, we would have to go in there fucking armed. We would have to kill people, take fucking senators and congressmen hostage. I mean, I'm not trying to say that this is what I would do. I'm just saying that would be the only way to make some kind of a start. But at the same time, they've got this continuity of government. Until we can break that fucking chain to where we, the people, can actually have our fucking voice heard, it's going to be a never-ending cause.
Well, the only way to do that, Dangerous, is to figure out who would be the sole survivor. Because the reality is you can take out all the rest of them, but the sole survivor's already gone. The moment you start talking about it, the moment anybody hears about it, the sole survivor's already on the road and down the fucking road to their fucking bunker and shit. So
there's no snake.
Yeah. It's not a snake, it's a fucking octopus, and the problem is that one of them arms wiggles off.
Yeah.
It's scary. It is. It's scary. I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all. It's crazy.
I mean, you know what? They're taking our tax dollars and building these multi-million, possibly billion-dollar bunkers underground with years and years worth of food, water, and supplies. And what do they leave us with? Whatever we can muster up.
That's like, I mean, I think I've told y'all before, I don't really believe in, I might be stupid, you can laugh at me because I'm just dumb, but I don't really believe in national debt. How the hell do we borrow money from China and then put sanctions against them? How would I borrow $20 from Blaine and they'd be like, I'm putting sanctions against Blaine? He'd be like, no, the fuck you not, you owe me money, bitch. You know, I don't understand how stuff, How the hell? I know how much money they take from me a week, and if that was on a scale as big as it is, we don't know anybody's shit. They just keep handing out stuff like free candy. I don't even, that's why they quit talking about it. I mean, I don't understand it. It's retarded.
There's no national debt because the reality is that that's what creates cash. If there was a national debt, then we would have all the money in the fucking world and never have to worry about it.
Yeah, without debt, we don't survive. If there was no debt, if everybody in the United States, every possession they had was paid for, we would fall as a country. I mean, that's just how they need people in debt. That's why you see shit go outrageous.
No, I don't. Now, see, I don't think we would fall. I don't think we would fall. I don't, because what we need is more self-sustaining people.
How would you pay for the U.S. military without debt? Where do you think all that money comes from? It comes by interest paid in debt. I mean,
that's honest.
Well,
I'm being honest. As individuals, no, but I mean, as
a rifle behind every blade of grass. Hello.
That's cool, but
I mean, people would be stupid to think that they could, that they could come and invade America. They would.
We wouldn't have. Our blades of grass wouldn't have naval ships and destroyers and, stealth fighters and shit behind them and drones that can drop crap on them just by some redneck standing behind a blade of grass. That's the way I look at it. Anyway,
well, we do already have all this.
I thought originally most of this was supposed to be donations. Back when, before taxes, they would take donations. I mean, how did we get a military fleet back in the 1800s or 1700s, for that matter? How did we get our own fleet? Did we take over the fucking British ships?
We stole them, probably.
Yes, we took over British ships, but we also had rich people who commissioned, built, and then donated those ships to the military.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said,
we also had privateers.
Yep.
And we also had the French helping us too on that one.
Well, so to add to what you were saying earlier about, where would our, military might come from, I'm just going to point something out to y'all. We already have all of these weapons.
Yeah.
If tomorrow the national debt bullshit disappeared and the fucking military just no longer existed off of taxpayer money, well, we'd still have the guns, the bombs, the bullets, and the bayonets. You know what I'm saying? So in all reality, we'd still have the weaponry. We just have to find out how to get people motivated in order to man those, that equipment.
Which would be a government. Which would be, you would have to have a whole system of people to organize to operate all that stuff and to do continuous updates on it, because our military is almost like a computer. If you're not continuous, they're 20 years ahead of us. So if you're not continuously updating it, you're falling behind. And they're always fighting that battle, I think. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. I'm not arguing. I'm just discussing. It's crazy, dude.
I see you on that. And what I'm saying is that in the past 75 years, innovation has most often come by necessitation, not by people just going out and saying, "Oh, I'm going to figure something out today." So being paid to do it isn't going to do it.
No.
What's going to do it is somebody else having something that necessitates that you have something. And that's the whole point behind it. I mean, that's why I can, I can see and understand, having a computer chip hardwired to your brain, because you have the ability to, access computers from your mind.
Yeah. I mean, just like Billy was talking about, I understand the whole about paying your debt. It's in the Bible about paying your taxes, your tax collector, and your debts. I mean, I use the roads, the public highways. I use public boat ramps on public lakes. I have no problem with that. But it's just gotten out of fucking hand. I think that's what it all comes down to. Just gotten out of hand. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind paying my share. And I don't mind helping people. I don't even mind welfare or Social Security at all. Those people work for that. Welfare, I don't have a problem with that for people who need it. I'd like to see them open a whole group I don't care how much it costs to fight welfare fraud for people just having babies,
Well,
to
yeah,
make money or getting shit like that.
I can agree with you
Yeah.
on that, Bullfrog. Like seriously, these people that are totally capable of working and don't, they don't deserve a fucking dime. You know, but now these military vets that come back from war and are so traumatized, and you know, to the point where it's almost impossible for them to get a decent job. Yeah, I think they deserve all the fucking help.
I gotta say, Rip Curl Readiness, what he just said, or she just said, was perfect. Call the notes in, and if they can't pay, then we take the land. How's about that? Because they owe us. It's not the other way around. They're taking this equity out of our blood, sweat, and tears. They're taking this equity out of our own persons. So the reality is who's actually at debt is the government. It's not us. We have no debt. We're the ones who are the lendees.
Yep.
All right.
Rip needs to get in here. Rip is good at this stuff. He's a smart dude, man.
Yeah.
Rip Curl, jump in here, man. You have
Rip ain't gonna come in here. He's all thinking he's big time over there. He won't come. He just belittles us in the chat and tries to make us look dumb, but he's
a smart dude, man.
No, the thing is, his family. He lives in a 1-bedroom apartment with his family, so he can't really talk that loud during the nighttime because everybody's sleeping in the same bed. He's like his own little version of the Charlie from the Chocolate Factory, you know.
I can't.
They all have to sleep in the same fucking.
I can't do that stuff in my house either. I'm not in my house. I'm outside. In my shop.
I mean, Cola's outside. She's outside having to pee on flat rocks.
I know.
Man, y'all ain't right.
Blaine goes outside and sits on his porch with his, you know, and smokes. I mean, and he's still on alive. I mean, Rip Curl just don't want to come on here with us peasants.
She got the fish tank going on. What you got going on over there, fish tank?
Fish tank on a TV.
No, dude, that's not even enough for a meal right there. What are you doing?
Oh, that is a real fish tank. My bad.
Yeah, that's an angelfish, I think.
That fish looks delicious. I'm very hungry.
That's like a one bite.
Delicious.
Freaking jungle to jungle over here. Fucking what was it? Fuck, what's his name? Fuck, what's the kid's name again?
The one that does I know you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, the kid from Lipo Lipo. God, I can't remember the kid's name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
The movie's called Jungle to Jungle. It's with Tim Allen and what's his fuckers and Demi Moore.
I've never heard of it. No.
Nope, don't know what you're talking about.
No, I like Tim Allen. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know that movie. No.
Spit it out.
Okay.
Delicious. It got
Okay, Jungle to Jungle is a 1997 American comedy film directed by John Pasquin, produced by Walt Disney Pictures and TF1 Films production.
No way I'm watching that piece of shit.
No,
fuck Disney. Like seriously, fuck Disney.
Yeah, I know. I know all about that. All right, fine. It's a situation of, you know, that it reminded me of the scene from fucking that movie. Get all butthurt because I fucking mentioned Disney.
Yeah, well, I hate Disney.
He's all right.
Same. Maybe you didn't know
I like
this,
that new Gorilla movie. That was good though. The new Gorilla.
I'm just going to put this out there. I was kind of molested by his daughter. So, yeah. I hate Disney too.
I have all kinds. Everybody used to tell me, what did I bought one of those Yeti coolers, and everybody told me that after I bought it, that's not American. I'm like, it's just a fucking cooler. Chill out, man. I can't look up everybody's background on every single thing I buy. I buy it because it's good shit. If I watch a movie, I don't really look up,
I don't watch a Disney movie unless if I know it's a Disney movie. I don't.
Oh, this will make you sick. This will make you sick. I'm related to her.
I went to school with Walt Disney the Fourth.
I was molested by Meg Disney.
I went out with a girl who dressed up like the Little Mermaid on Halloween one time. She was pretty hot. I mean, as far as I got.
I went to school with a Cindy Who.
What?
Yeah. Her middle name was not Cindy Lou. It was not Lou. Her middle name was Josephine. She was Cynthia Josephine Who. She would beat your ass senseless if you called her Cindy Lou Who.
Sounds like a redneck.
She was.
She also probably had the worst time with freaking Dr. Seuss references.
She hates that movie.
Hang on. Blaine, a minute ago, did you say something about dating someone you found out you were kin to him?
No, I said I was.
No, that happened to me.
Somebody.
But anyway.
I was going to say, I mean, that's accepted in the country because sometimes when you live out in the country, you live so far apart from people.
Yeah, but not when you're fucking 60 years old and you're 3.
Maybe the only one you can find is your cousin that lives.
Hey, look, look, we work on this principle. If she's not good enough for our own family, what makes us think she's going to be good enough for somebody else?
Hey. She was 60 something. I was 3. Well, go ahead and try that one.
Arkansas believes in kissing cousins. South Carolina doesn't. I'm just saying.
West Virginia just believes it. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. Never mind. I'm not going there.
Yeah, no.
And I won't tell you what Kentucky believes in.
Oh, no. I ain't getting married to my sister. Thank you.
There's a reason they got Kentucky blue people, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I have some in the family. That's all I'm saying. My mama's from Kentucky, but I got cousins that are legitimately Kentucky blue people.
I live in Kentucky.
Oh.
My teeth
live in Kentucky or lived past tense.
I'm in Louisville right now.
Oh, okay. Well, my mom was from Arlington.
Oh yeah, that's God's country.
My mom and
dad's from country. Yeah, she's out there in Arlington.
I had friends in Louisville one time. They want to move back, but they said there's not many jobs there besides the the distillery and the coal mines in Louisville.
Yeah, we got UPS.
UPS. Yeah.
Well, everybody's got UPS, but
that's some pretty country. Y'all got some big deer out there too.
And just over the border in Indiana, they got Tyson chicken.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, and what are you talking about? What's it called? Heaven Hill or Haven Hill or something like that?
Well, I don't know. Old Kentucky got some big old muley bucks, boy.
Cornbread fed. Yes, sir.
Those cornbread girls right there, boy. I'm gonna tell you what.
We got
a bunch of rednecks.
Don't call cola a fat girl. Cornbread.
I wasn't calling cola a fat girl. I was just saying they got some corn-fed females out there.
Yeah, that gene missed me. I couldn't believe I was 118 the other day on the scale, and I'm 39, so I don't think I'm ever getting fat. I don't think.
No, I don't think I am either. I mean, I'm about 145, 150 on the scale. So
I was 60.
I'm usually like 126, so that was a shock.
I was 60 pounds when I was 10 years old. This is me at 17. 250 something.
Dang.
I got a picture of me at
all right, Waterwell.
20, but I ain't showing nobody.
Waterwell guy. Waterwell guy says that he's from my same area. He needs to say hi sometime other than here. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm coming.
You have a good night.
I'm coming to Arkansas one day. There's too many of my friends up here around Arkansas. I need to go up there and meet y'all.
I need to go to
everybody.
I need to go to the Queen and shake my niece. I ain't heard from her in a minute. She was supposed to call me the other day and never called me, so I got to go to the Queen and shake her.
I need to walk around in the country and find me a girlfriend to rub my back for me.
I heard that Kentucky has the statistic that if you live in Kentucky and you move, you'll likely move back, and most people won't ever move away. It's just like
my mama left when she was 19, and she's 75 and 8. The only time she's been back is like once every 3 years to visit what family's left there, and for her 40th high school reunion. She ain't never going back to Kentucky.
I don't know. People can say what they want, but I'm just telling you, I was born and raised in Arkansas, and you know, the only bad times I honestly have had is that I created. I'm just telling you, when I wanted to succeed, I've never had any problems with succeeding. When I want to, you know, when the bad times, it's all been brought on by myself. You know, I blame myself for. Arkansas has always been great to me, man. I mean, it's a great freaking
Independent Mini. As I live and breathe.
That's okay, Patriot, because I blame you all for all my bad times too.
For me, one of the reasons I probably wouldn't move is because the cost of living is probably cheaper here than almost anywhere else. So no matter where I moved, it would be like culture shock. Like everything would be $5 more.
It's cheap.
I'm the same way. Billy, that's one reason. Billy, that's one reason I always respected you, brother. Is you took account for your mistakes. I really appreciate people who do. I own my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays,
exactly. Yep.
A lot of people don't do that. I mean, I love Billy to death for that. I'm not. We talk a lot of shit, but he's one of my buddies, and that's one of the things I really appreciate about him, dude. I like people like that. I don't like people who just make. I've got buddies who always make excuses for why they got fired from work from 25 different places. I'm like, maybe it's because you just suck, or you're a bad worker. You know what I'm saying? Or I like that, man. And that shows a real man.
Come on.
I always take whenever I screw up, man, and learn from it and try to, you know, accept it, and then I mean, seriously, I always try to move forward and think about what I did wrong. You know, I had an ex-wife from, you know, I argued with somebody one night because they was like, my ex-wife was Satan's daughter, and I was like, well, she must have had a twin because my ex-wife was too. But when I met my new wife, you know, well, I've been married to her for 17 years now, but when I met her, I didn't look at my new wife, you know, when I met her, I didn't look at her and say, well, that other woman treated me like crap, so I'm gonna put it off on her. No, instead I looked at that old marriage and I was like, okay, you know, I was a piece of crap too, you know. I screwed up. Let me think about the things that I did wrong that may have caused this problem or that problem, and I incorporated that into the marriage I have now. And I mean, like I said, dude, we went to Wally World earlier today and freaking held hands and laughed and walked around Walmart like we was boyfriend and girlfriend, you know.
It's awesome, dude. It's I try to tell people. I talked to my nephew. He was just graduating high school, and I tried to tell him, I know you're gonna go out and do some stuff, and a lot of people will be in places and be doing things at a certain time. If you're raised, I say everybody, but I mean, you'll know something's not right. Like, I've been in bars, and I've been in rough places and shit, and I'll be like, you know what? If I don't want something bad to happen, I really shouldn't be here. I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, or if I've been in a situation that just didn't feel right, get the fuck out, dude. Don't just be in there to be a badass or you know, not just saying a bar. It could be any situation. Listen to yourself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't do it and they get caught up in some shit. I mean, that's
Bullfrog back in the day, man. Check it out. And this don't have anything to do with. I'm not trying to bring up football, okay? But
right.
I was a big Dallas Cowboys fan. All right, I hadn't watched football in a couple of years now, or year and a half or whatever, when all this crap started and all this woke crap. I hadn't watched. I quit watching them. I'm like, I want to see you make some amazing catch running down the field. I really don't give two shits about your political view.
Right.
But anyway, back in the day, there was a commercial that came out, and it was Emmitt Smith. He was a running back for the Cowboys, okay?
Yeah.
And so he showed on this commercial, what it was they showed him, they showed a picture of this little bitty feller, I mean, he was so small, and he played on this little Pee-wee league, and he was like, they told me I was too small to play even in Pee-wee. And they show him making all these touchdowns and stuff, and then he's like, and then they told me that I was too small to play in the next league, with the junior high. And they showed, he set some records and had some trophies. And then he was like, well, but then they told me, well, you're too small to play in high school, in senior high, And then they showed these trophies and these records, that he did. And then then they told me I was never going to make it in college, way too small. And then he's like,
Demeter.
all these records and all this. Then they told him, well, you did fine in college, but you can't make it in NFL. And he said, so, he holds up these Super Bowl rings on his fingers and all these trophies around him. He said, now tell me what I can't do.
Yeah. That's cool.
Tell me what else, he said, now tell me what else I can't do. And that's the whole spirit right there that made me respect Emmitt Smith my whole life. I've always respected him and thought, that's a great man right there. Emmitt
I didn't even like the Cowboys, but I liked him. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, it's the point of, like I said, it ain't about the football aspect or the Cowboys or Redskins or whoever. It's about the fact of that man right there got my respect, because they continually told him, you can't do that. You're too small. You're too much. You can't do this. And yet he did. And he excelled because he wouldn't let them beat him down.
Yeah, he had drive, man. I love that. I drive and just the want to prosper and be a good person. I look forward. I'm a single dude. I've told y'all that before. And I've talked to women before, and I'm like, what is your goals? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you don't have a dream, if you don't have a goal, or I've had a woman one time ask me, well, hey, you seem like a nice guy. What kind of car do you drive? I'm like, what the fuck does that matter? You know what I'm saying?
I don't drive a damn car. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I don't
Real men don't drive
man.
cars.
What's y'all's NFL teams? He said Cowboys. What's yours, Bullfrog?
I don't watch sports, really. I don't even.
You never liked a team?
No, I don't watch football. I watch a little college sports. I'm a South Carolina guy, so South Carolina Clemson guy. I'm a Tigers fan, but
and we knocked so many feathers off the Gamecocks, man, that they had to change their name to motherfucking Hairless Mole. It's motherfucking South Carolina Hairless Moles.
Hey guys, it's like 2 a.m. here. It's fucking Monday morning. I've got to fucking wake up and do shit in the morning. So you guys can hang out backstage if you want, or if Blaine wants to pull up the stream and bring y'all over, do that.
Well, I don't know how to do that.
Actually, I'm going to go to bed anyway. Y'all have a good night.
Y'all come over to the Dark One channel. Bullfrog.
Blaine.
Hey, I want to thank you all for coming over and hanging out. It was a blast, but the nighttime freaking creeps up on you.
Yeah,
so.
It's 5 a.m. here. Thanks for letting me in.
Me too.
Man.
Hey,
I
no,
appreciate it.
not a problem, Bullfrog.
too, so-
Cola,
Yeah,
Backwood,
thank you.
Blaine, Celtic, everybody in the chat, Steve, Arkansas, Whoopack, Indy. But I appreciate all of you. Virginia.
Yep. Love all y'all. Y'all are awesome.
All
Thank
right. Y'all have a
I'll
great
on the
night.
flip side.
And yeah, I'll be around tomorrow.
Give me
Oh,
5
well,
seconds and I'll be
God
up.
willing, I'll be around tomorrow.